Maybe. Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you this. I have it written down. I had to dig through the trash this morning because I was being extremely rude yesterday, and you were saying something, and then I'm like, oh my God, you reminded me of something that happened, and I had to write it down, and then I completely forgot. But what are you looking for?
Just my cord.
What do you mean your cord?
Just my cord.
It might be right here in the front of my jeans. Come check, baby boy.
This is what the meeting yesterday was about, Jake. It was about how you
did
can't.
That. I'm sorry. No.
You can't keep asking people to touch your penis.
I'm not.
Joke
I'm just
or not?
It's not a joke.
Wait, so it's not a joke.
I don't want him to touch it either, but I'm just saying, hey, it may be right here in front of my dangle.
I'm not saying you should touch my penis. What I'm saying is touch it or else.
Oh, the good old days. No, that's not. That is not the good old days. That is not okay. Hashtag me too. No,
okay, so
wait, you don't have your cord?
No, I got it.
You got it. Where was it? Was
it
it in my
floor.
pants? It was in my pants. Well, by God, it wasn't.
Why'd you throw it over there?
By God.
I can tell it's warm. Okay, so what? You were being mean yesterday, and you wrote something down.
I wasn't being mean. You were saying something that reminded me, and then
you were about to be mean?
No, I wasn't about to be mean. Then I was like, oh my God, I got to tell you something, which was completely rude because I got taken out of your story with something you reminded me.
Okay.
And I audibly, what I'm doing here is giving you an apology because I thought about this morning. I audibly said, oh, remind me of something, and it's just rude, like saying, hey, what I have to say is more important than your little story.
Oh, okay.
And then I said little. Now I feel really bad.
Yeah, well.
Sorry and sorry. And then I wrote it down.
I don't accept your apology.
No, you have to.
I don't.
And I dug through the trash this morning. By the way,
it didn't get taken out.
There's nasty Kleenex in there.
Oh, of course.
And you know what I had written down?
What?
Evan. Remember our old intern?
Yeah.
He came up to me.
When?
Just before JTX.
Was he at the show?
No,
of
course not.
That doesn't feel right, yeah.
Evan was our old intern at IXX. One of the best moments of the interning experience where we get to abuse them before they got rights.
Probably of our career.
Yeah.
Intern experience of our career.
Right. We made him go get us pizza. We called him up and we're like, hey, you should come in and learn. We want to teach you some stuff. And he's like, yeah, on our way. This is great. Get us some pizza while you're there.
Yeah, it was like, do you want to, we had an intern cancel on us today. Would you like some extra hours? And he was so excited. He was like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. And be like, cool, stop at Little Caesars on your way. Grab a pepperoni pizza. And when he got there, we were like, that's really all we want. You can hang out if you want.
I mean, you can, but we'd rather have you not in the studio. Thanks for the pizza.
Why don't you go pick up trash in the parking lot?
So we sit down.
Yeah.
We're at Hagemeister.
So he wasn't coming to the show.
While you were eating like a poor person?
Not a poor person, a homeless person.
A homeless person. And it was funny. I'm like, hey, where are you at? We're at Hagemeister. We're getting ready to eat. Do you want to, whatever. We want to meet up and have a beer. And then you're like, I'm eating on a tailgate. You were.
I was, it was weird because our roles were switched. Me and you. Like you were like, I'm out here and I'm hanging out with all these people, and I was like, that's the last thing I want to do right now. I'd rather eat bad chicken wings on the tailgate of my truck.
And then you popped up like a flower. I was walking back to the Meyer Theater, and then you're like, hey, man. And I'm like, wow, how long have you been walking with me?
The whole time. I was there the whole time with you.
You came out of like, it would have been like kung fu coming out of the mist.
I wish I would have saw you guys earlier, and then, because you were walking with Drake, and I would have texted Drake and said, switch spots with me. And then Drake would have been gone, and I would have been there.
It's like kind of Colton's little prank when I was putting all those arborvitaes in.
Yeah.
They were very tiny at this time.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, how great would it be if I went to Home Depot and I grabbed one of those 2-foot arborvitaes and in the middle of the night planted it, and you woke up in the morning and you're like, wait, how did that one grow?
Why is that soil so good?
But he's like, it's so funny because he made a really good point, and I'm like, should I just go spend $30? Because I was getting them for like whatever, very cheap because the arborvitaes were like this big when I was planting them, and I know you can't see through the radio. They're like, hey.
If you text TV to 71090, you'd be able to see.
We're live in the studio.
That's called a shameless plug.
That's right. I don't know. They're some of them are really big. Others are. It just depends.
They
on,
seem to be shrinking.
Yeah, really, it's crazy. And he's like, yeah, if you just if you spend the money on these, you could skip like 5 years of your life because it takes 7 years for those arborvitaes to grow
Tall.
pretty tall, where they're over my head.
When you block the bad people.
Yeah, well, and one part, like, I don't know, we're not doing it right with the mulch, and they're growing, they're not dying too bad.
But they're growing.
Very-
growing like crack babies.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Slow? Do crack babies grow slow?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, they're growing like crack babies.
Yeah.
And then there's some that I have that are really growing. They're up to my like knees.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are my baby. Yeah. Those are my good ones. Those are the ones going
Those
to
are
college.
my favorite. Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Evan. We're eating at Hagemeister, and he comes up and
He's homeless now, right?
No, dude, the guy's all built and beautiful, and he's like all jacked.
Where is he?
He's all like dapper now, and dude, he was like wearing little suspenders in his suit.
Shut up.
No, and he was
What is
like,
his
and
name?
and there was a couple other people. I'm like, and I didn't even know, and I knew the table. My friends said, I think they may know who you are. They're probably here for the show because I heard him say, "Is that Jake or Tanner?" And then they were trying to figure out who's who, and then he came up and he's like, "Hey man, do you or Tanner need a pizza?" And I go, "Oh, well, no, we're eating." And he's like, "It's Evan." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I haven't thought about you since you gave us that pizza and left."
Yeah.
That's not true.
You're
But
talking about him at least
twice a week.
Yeah, 3 times a week.
And he's actually, do you know where he works? He's like, "You guys got a thing tonight, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, are you going?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay, because
That makes sense.
And I'm like, "Are you a banker?" Because you're really,
yeah.
you're really suited up,
Are you
man.
some sort of Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, like, do you make more money than me now? Because I'm
Don't
so
tell
sorry.
me.
I'm so sorry I treated you so poorly. And he was at a wedding, or I think they had a wedding or something. You know what he's doing now?
What?
He works at because I said, "Are you in radio?" And he's like, "No, I actually work at WTMJ." And I'm like, Tanner and I used to work there, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Wait, you did?" And
Oh, dang it.
and I go, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Where KTI was, and now
Yeah.
it's sports or whatever." But he works on the TV side, and I think he does like camera crew or something like
Is
that.
that handsome being a camera crew?
Dude, the guy.
I don't think he
grew
likes our
up-
show.
Oh no,
Well, I'm
he's
trying to
always
find him.
hated it.
No. Like on our Facebook at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
We did force him to do a lot of stuff.
Well, no, and also our
Nope,
our
I don't like
show's
thinking
kinda
that one.
piss poor.
No, don't say that one. That one makes Daddy sad.
gives you the blues.
Yeah. Do you ever see your dad cry? You're about to.
I don't know, man.
That's a small world. Well, small state. That he would go, and he works for a camera.
Yeah, it sounds like that
His
WTMJ.
boss is a camera.
I don't know, man. It's just like that's it. The Green Bay, love you to death. I mean, you're all right, but you got your Lambeau Field, and then you got the boardwalk with Hagemeister. Those are your jams,
That's not
man.
a boardwalk.
What is it? Is that what they call it, Lo?
I think so, because if you go on the other side where none of the businesses are,
Yeah.
you can walk on boards.
Well,
My
like
God,
you said,
just Green Bay. Green Bay had such an opportunity to be prettier.
Well, so did Port Washington, I think.
I think Port Washington did just as good as what it got.
Really? I mean, it's beautiful. There's
It is.
parts
It's
of it that are great, and
yes.
I love what they're doing with the mountain biking scene over there. It's really cool. But, man, and if you go where the water's blue, you go to Traverse City and
Yeah.
Petoskey, they did it right.
Yeah, they did it right. I think Port Washington. Yeah, but Port Washington, they got to keep the businesses away from the lake, because then when the dead fish show
You mean
up.
that smell?
No, have you ever?
Oh.
You've been down there when the fish.
Oh,
just
yeah,
come up.
and well, the smell is so...
Yeah, it smells
Oh,
really bad. Yeah,
But there's just groups of... you could reach in and... Dude, did you, like the salmon? Have you ever been down there in salmon season where
No.
all the salmon are like going upstream and they all kill themselves? They commit suicide? Yes,
Well, yeah,
they have
'cause
little fish guns.
they what's it called? It's a German word.
Heißen?
Nuttendai.
Nutten.
So they go up and they perform Nattendai.
The German, huh?
Yeah, it's a German word, I believe.
Nattendai. Dude, crazy, man. But then can you... Okay, I need some fish people. Would it be cool if those fish that are they're still flopping?
What do you mean still flopping?
They're still flopping. Like
you can't have sex with it.
No, okay.
Regardless if it's alive or dead, Jake, you
really?
shouldn't have sex.
Well, I didn't know if it would be weird. Okay,
it's actually more weird if it's alive.
You're not a fish person.
You're right. I don't like fish.
So can we have an expert, please? No. They're still flopping. I can eat those, right?
Yeah, but they're dying for a reason.
Well, I mean, I can just club them and take them. Because that's a lot. Dude, I'm not kidding. There was probably 400. I'm probably...
Yeah, but it's the flavor in the goop?
That's what I don't know. Because I will club, take, freeze, and sell. Well, I don't know, because they're dying.
I've watched enough Gordon Ramsay to know that frozen food is not fresh food.
Well, whatever. Then I could have just salmon in my freezer, maybe not even sell it, but then I just got a ton of salmon. Are the female fish good to eat? Because I feel like everybody would be going up that stream during that time and taking the salmon. Now, the dead ones I probably wouldn't take. I would only use those for fornicating.
Yeah.
But the other the fish are flopping.
The separate cooler. It's not... And God forbid you ever mess them up. Wait, what cooler did you grab out of Angie? The red one! No!
We ate it!
We ate...
Wow! It's got Jake goop all over it!
Which one did you take? I have to know. The big one! That's Mary! Nah, Mary!
No, not Mary! She's my favorite!
She was 1 day away from retirement. She was internally basted.
Why the hell aren't fish people calling me?
Because
I need to know, like, if I can eat those fish.
I wouldn't.
Ooh.
And you know why I say I wouldn't? Because I haven't seen anybody else do it.
That's what I mean. It seems like everybody would be grabbing all those salmon that are upstream and just throwing them in a bucket.
Yes. Yeah, you'd think. You'd think all of them, you would just have a big net and you'd go, and you'd take them all home.
Yeah, you would, right? And
I don't even see trash people doing it.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not because Angie and I were the only ones walking. Now there are some dead ones, but there are other ones that are just flopping,
still alive. You want them still alive. Yeah. Somebody says that the meat gets soft, but I don't know if they're referring to
what are they talking about?
Meat.
There was a lot of content to that last segment here.
Yeah.
All right. So. Well, please let me know if I can feed my family. Got to go. It's the Jake and Tanner Show. us.
Yeah, we have to figure out that one.
I
Yeah,
wanna-
who are we gonna ask?
We can. That's what I was saying. That's why I gave up so quick.
You should call Evan. Maybe Evan knows.
Back to the salmon really quick. Salmon swim upstream and spawn when they're at the end of their life cycle and their flesh is old and brown. So they say they're good for fornication, but not good for eating because the meat, when they're about ready to die, which they do.
Yeah.
Man, poor salmon. They should talk to some people.
Well, they just get old and die, man.
Yeah, well, the salmon meat gets bad once they start to die. It gets darker. So that's why nobody eating it.
Yeah. So if you ever see somebody fishing out a salmon, you know what they're going to do to it.
Right. It's going to be,
it's naughty stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of like when Tanner and I would go to work in Milwaukee and there was Capitol Drive. And if you're out on Capitol Drive in Milwaukee around 2:30 in the morning, you up to no good.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. If you're walking around a stream that have some somewhat alive salmon, you up to no good.
Yeah.
You're going to do something dirty.
Yeah, because even if you're like, I want to see the spam
Spam, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
the salmon spawn. If you're just like, I just like watching that.
That's
That's
weird.
even worse.
Yeah.
For some reason, in my
could
head, it's
just
like,
see
I
it.
like that cloud hitting them eggs.
You're walking by and going towards the park and your kids and you go to the stream and you see some guy and you ask him, what are you doing? They're going to tell you they're trying to find that salmon butthole.
Yeah. Just trying to find the youngest one. Just out here, man. It's hard.
I've been alone for so long. All right, it's a Jake
Never
and Tanner
felt
show.
the touch of a woman before.
It's Kiss FM.
Or
Good
a
morning.
man.
Full fish. These dead fish never tell me that I've had too much to drink.
These dead fish never say, sir, you're too drunk. You need to leave the Humane Society. Please exit the Petco. I haven't heard one of them say it yet.
We're at Nina today, 3 to 6. We're going to be at God, what the hell am I?
Lion's Tail Brewing. We're going to be at the tap room. We're going to take over the tap room. That's why we're calling it the Tap Room Takeover.
It's going to be cool, man. Our beer's there. The Jake and Tanner, we do what we want. So come out, hang out. And not only that, we pooled some of our show money together, and what we're going to do is buy you your second drink. The first 50 people to come in, say hi, get a drink. Well, not the first 50 people that come in. You got to buy your drink. The first 50 people that buy a drink, we'll buy your second.
We buy your second one, so you don't get to just be like walk in like you buy me a drink, man. You got to get one first because we need to know you're serious, man.
Yep.
We only want to buy drinks for people who are there to party.
Jake and Tanner on 2022, the JTX tickets. We got some of those we're going to give away. It'll be cool, especially if you haven't been out there. It's a really cool place.
It is. It is really cool, and they have basically a window, like a drive-up window, but outside.
Right.
On their patio, and their patio is outside, but they have all those heaters, so you can be, even if it's cold, you can still be outside. And I don't know why that blows my mind.
Yeah, you got way too excited about that. I had to tell
you
to
were
stop.
like, stop talking about the window, and I was like, but it goes. How does it go up? You ruined the little joy I got out of that window. You're like, it's just a window.
Yeah.
You shut up. Not to me.
All right, so we're going to be out there 3 to 6. Man, have you seen Gleaming the Cube? Is that ever...
Is this more of a sex stuff?
No. This popped up on YouTube, and I'm like, I have not watched or thought about Gleaming the Cube since 1989, probably.
Gleaming?
Gleaming.
Yeah, I think Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube, 1980. Let me just play the trailer for you to see how...
Christian Slater's in it?
Yeah, dude. Check it out. Yeah, you got to look how bad this is. I'll tell you what happens at the end. Spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you what happens at the end of this movie.
Let me see this first.
Oh, also I want to see... I don't know if this... Let me let you... Well, Tony Hawk's in it. I don't know if you know that.
Saw it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
No, he didn't. Yes.
Right. Right, he didn't. Yep, we don't know.
That just sounds convenient.
Well, yeah, nuclear war sounds way worse.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
7-Elevens, yeah, sure. It's like, oh no, capitalism, that's not great. But it's also better than being dead.
Yep.
And also, where are you going to get your scratchers?
Died. His Asian brother dies.
Wait! Stop!
Yeah.
Why? Why did that escalate so fast?
You think,
And why
right?
did the newsman or the
Voiceover guy?
the trailer guy blow past that like that? He's like, and then one day
It
his
just
brother
happens.
died.
In
And
1989, you know what I mean.
his Asian brother was being choked to
Yeah, right.
death.
Yeah.
He was murdered, and then they hung him up like he hanged himself.
Yep. The skateboard became. We gotta go back. And the skateboard became his weapon.
Yeah, just listen.
Yeah, buddy. So you're gonna have to.
I am.
Let me just see if it says gleaming the cube, because that'll be.
Don't ruin it.
No, I gotta tell you.
Watch it!
Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched Gleaming the Cube from 1989, so what happens is Christian Slater or Bri, he at the very end, the guy's got a gun pointed at
Wait, hold
somebody.
on. Christian Slater is the boy?
Is the boy? Yeah,
The guy that said he hates 7-Elevens?
yeah.
That was
dude.
Christian Slater?
Yeah,
Sorry,
right.
the quality wasn't very good. All I saw was
No,
hair and a skateboard.
Yeah, and so all of a he jumps with a skateboard
Okay.
and knocks the guy out who has the gun.
No!
And that's the end. And then Tony Hawk's like is his buddy, and he's dude.
Wait, Tony Hawk is his friend?
I want to go down a little bit of a skateboarding route with you.
Okay.
Because-
Listen, I always wanted to learn how to skateboard.
I did too.
I never was able to get the board off the ground. I would
me
try
neither.
constantly. I'd be like, there would just be like, do an ollie, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah. And plus, probably at your time, definitely my time. Yeah, no YouTube. I remember going to the video store.
Yeah, when I was learning, there was no YouTube.
Rented these movies. They had like 4 skateboarding movies you could rent, and it was just street skating. And I would pause it and go into slow-mo on the VCR to see how they're getting the board off the ground. But yeah, there was no how-to videos and how easy it is now.
My I only had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yep.
I had that to learn from on Nintendo 64.
Yeah, and were you in the air going, or were you trying like A, B, X?
Yeah.
Why is this not working?
So that's not the best way to learn a trick. Is on there, and the popular movie Grind.
Grind.
I can't believe you don't know about it. Got a 8 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it a skateboarding movie?
Oh yeah, dude, it's dope.
Let me check it out.
But if that was the skateboard movie of your generation, let me show you the one of mine.
Okay. Wait, I want to go down this too. We might have to do 2 segments on skateboarding.
We probably will. Grind. Yeah, like you might think like, yeah, it was real good, man. I loved this movie. I have watched this movie recently and said I still like this movie.
Somebody said volume. No. That was as high as that Gleaming the Cube got.
Yeah, and that the mix of.
Oh crap! Bam's in it.
Yeah.
So this was
For a second.
What year was this?
2003.
I was 23, so my skateboarding days were a little bit behind me at this time. You know
I was
what I mean?
13.
Okay, so
they were
this is
right on it.
smack dab in the middle.
Look at that. Look at that go.
Oh, dude, this movie would get you pumped. Is Hawk in this one?
Yeah.
Is Jamie Kennedy a skateboarder?
Yes.
Is that Bam?
No, that wasn't Bam. Bam's not in it. Bam's only in it for that 1 second, and then he's out.
Okay. And so, and at that time was the MTV was massive then, right? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Bam was massive. Jackass was a big thing still. Like, when you saw Bam, you were like, shut the hell up. They could afford to get Bam in this?
Yeah, well, and Bam, maybe people don't know this, or maybe people my age don't know this. First of all, Bam is on Jackass next to Johnny Knoxville, doing very bad now.
Yeah, he's not doing well. They asked him to get sober, and he said, nah, the party never ends.
But he was trying to be a professional skateboarder, right? Or was
he?
He
was. He was
okay,
first.
Gotcha.
He was a professional skateboarder.
Right. Who's the main actor
they're
here?
going... No... Yeah. Did you see? Tom Green was in this.
Oh, Tom Green's a skateboarder, though, isn't he? So every woman in here just as cleavage?
Yeah,
throughout the entire
it's
thing?
2003.
Perfect.
There was no such thing as an ugly woman in 2003. They all had a huge rack and hot. Yeah.
Oh, I like that song, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't this look awesome? Remember, it got an 8 on Rotten Tomatoes.
What did Gleaming the Cube get?
Like a 20 or a
Really?
30 something.
Oh, wow.
It destroyed Grind.
All right. So was Tony Hawk in that one?
I think he shows up at the end.
Man, I got Tony Hawk news too, because I went down. Angie
Tony
told
Hawk
me
is
yesterday.
everywhere.
She's like, "Hey, what is it with you and skateboarding all of a sudden? Because you haven't shut up for 2 hours about it." I'm like, "I don't know. I went
Get
through
out
a
of my
weird.
house.
I was like at a weird rabbit hole yesterday because Gleaming the Cube came up, and I started looking up things, and you know how it happens. And
Yeah, we've all been in places before.
Well, let's play. I got to play a couple commercials, and I want to come right back because it's interesting on how all of this became a thing. Because in California, and a drought that happened. And
skateboarding?
Yeah, we'll talk about it next. It is the Jake and Tanner Show.
Which is a weird phrase.
We should pick apart songs later. One of these times.
We should just do that one now.
I gotta talk Gleaming the Cube, man. I did too much, went down this rabbit hole not to talk about it.
Okay, well, tell me about your hole.
It's all right, we'll do. It's a Jake and Tanner show. We are going to be having a blast today, 3 to 6. Be there at in Neenah, Lionsdale.
B Square.
B Square. Have a beer on us. The second beer we're going to buy you. By the way, this is not the kindness of our hearts. This isn't like this is us saying, "Hey, thanks for coming to hang out." We took a bunch of show money and wanted to hook you up with the second beer. Yeah. Buy the first one. It's kind of a weird way of feeling like we're getting you there, and we'll buy. Well, we just want to hang out. Once we get you there, we want to to chat with you. We don't want you to just come in and not hang out. So yeah, we're gonna be there 3 to 6. Lion's Tail. Come try our new beer. So, Gleaming the Cube, I got onto this yesterday on YouTube, an old 1989 skateboarding movie, and found out Tony Hawk was in it. Then Tanner was reminding me of Grind, which I've never heard of. Both of these movies are terrible.
Do you want to switch movies?
Terrible. I don't know if I would want you to put you through that Gleaming the Cube.
Yeah, but Gleaming the Cube, what are you talking about? That one got... let me find out. I want to make sure I know this for sure. You got a 29 on Rotten Tomatoes, and Grind got a whopping 8.
8%.
8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, the difference between Gleaming the Cube and Grind, 2003's masterpiece Grind, I think they were relying too much on comedy, the college comedy. Gleaming the Cube is dramatic. Method acting.
Yeah, oh my God.
Right?
Gleaming the Cube seemed like it was taken before Taken was taken.
Yes, right there what you just said. Perfect way to describe
Liam Neeson used skills that he had acquired over a long career.
He took that right out of Christian Slater's script.
Skills that make him a nightmare for guys like him.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian Slater had a skateboard.
He had a skateboard and sword fighting. At one point,
he fought with a sword. He was only supposed to be 16 years old. What kind of life did he have? And a hatred, and a burning hatred for 7-Elevens.
Yeah, it is crazy. All right. So that movie, by the way, there's a big stereotype of skateboarders being delinquents and no respect for the law. You know what I mean? You saw it in there with Christian Slater wearing the cross earring and the flannels and.
Which is a sign of white person gang.
Yeah, right there what you said. Well, come to find out why that even came about, let's sit down. Let Uncle Jakey talk to you for a second. What happened back before even my time. So in the 70s, skateboarding was just like a weird it was a kid's toy. It was a kid's toy.
Yes, just for children.
And then the surfers that owned a skate shop or the surf shop, they had some skateboards in there and you could buy whatever. They got new wheels. This is a true story. They actually did a movie about it, I think, called Lords of Dogtown. But it's really true. Yeah. They got new wheels, and they were able to take the board and carve a lot differently than they used to be able to do. And they were doing moves that they would do on like a surfboard. Yeah, and they could flip out the board and their feet, and they could do a lot of cool things. Yeah,
wasn't that kind of like the invention of longboarding or something?
I guess.
I just remember that movie. They were screwing the wheels, the trucks onto not snowboards,
surfboards. Well, anyway, and then they were having a lot of fun with that, and they got into small competitions. The competitions back then, by the way, were doing balancing on one foot.
Yeah,
it was, and they came in there and they used their surfboard techniques and their flow and all that, and was kind of turning that upside down, and they were winning. Anyway, they started making it a little bit more and more popular.
Yeah,
and they couldn't surf because of how hot it was. This is true. They couldn't go surf down in the pier.
Because it was too hot to go in the water?
Yeah, it was super hot, and this was when California was going through this drought in the 70s.
Yeah.
So they ended up, were skateboarding, and there were empty pools because of the drought. And they had the idea of getting into these empty pools with their skateboards and making these, and that's what they did. And they started trespassing to go to all these rich people's places to go swim. With no water to go. And this is where the stereotype of they're bad individuals.
Oh, they're bad people.
Well, anyway, and then you enter Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden in the 80s he started becoming this vert skate, doing all the ramps and the jumps and all that.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with your lingo.
Okay, well,
With
now,
the verts.
12, he was 12 or 14 when he became a professional skateboarder.
No, that's not right.
Do you know
Tony
how-
Hawk has always been.
No, but do you know how he did it? He just wrote on a piece of paper that he was professional when he went in there, and his coach, because he had like some, a coach, and he's like, all right. And they just filed it away as Tony Hawk being professional. I mean, he was really good.
Now he's made like 30 video games
Oh, yeah,
and billions
dude.
of dollars,
Dude.
and nobody knows who he is. But they do, but they don't ever think
I
it's
love
him.
that.
I
I love that about him.
that all the time. They're like, "Hey, do you know you kind of look like Tony Hawk?" And he's like, "I never heard that
Yeah,
before."
I am. No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're right.
So, 17 years old, he buys his first house. He's in high school still. And his dad's like, you should invest that. You're making pretty good money on all these competitions. Again, we're talking about Tony Hawk.
That's where different dads.
Yep.
You got Justin
Bieber's
Bieber's dad,
dad.
and Tony Hawk's
Drag
dad.
racing.
Yeah, drag racing with your boy down the street. Bad. Telling your boy to invest his money. Good.
Well, it was a duplex or whatever. But
Even a better investment.
Yeah, right? That's, but, I mean, it wasn't like a mansion. Like, everybody
Yeah,
thinks
but
his
like
first
the-
house is a mansion.
It's a real, wait, did Tony Hawk have a tenant?
We had 3 roommates.
Yeah, but it was a duplex.
Yeah, he was the...
Could you imagine if you and your family are moving into a place and be like, here's
your landlord?
Your landlord is like, hey, I'd like to meet with you. It's like, I'd love to do that, but I have calculus.
Well, that's the thing. He said it was so hard at 17 to focus on school when I was making more than the teachers. So it was tough. But when he was a senior, he skipped a grade. He was in all the advanced classes. He only ended up needing
he
like
was a smart
3
boy.
credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he was only going to school half the day. And then right after high school,
Mm-hmm.
he went out and filmed Gleaming the Cube. And he felt like he was on top of the world and nothing would happen. And then it did. He ended up really going broke because skateboarding.
Tony Hawk?
Yeah, he was losing all his money. It wasn't like he was super rich, but his endorsements went away because all of a sudden, the ramp skating, like you see Tony Hawk doing the handstands on the ramps and the vert skating.
Okay, the vert.
The vert.
Okay.
That
Lame.
was lame.
Yeah.
You know why? Because street skating became a thing.
Oh,
and think about this.
God. Who's the Chris Angel?
That's
Who's
what I mean.
the Chris Angel of
I
skateboarding?
went right. See, that's the difference. I went right with David Blaine because David Blaine was the dude that, to me, got Magic popular on the streets. Then you didn't want David Copperfields anymore. You didn't want him on stage. You wanted it to be up close and personal.
Yeah.
And a lot of these skateboarders are like, oh, I don't have to have a vert ramp to skateboard. I can just do this in my hometown. So all of a sudden, Tony Hawk started fading, and he said his checks were getting cut in half until there was basically no more. He would go to events like whatever band would be playing at, like, say, the Resh. They would hire him for like $100 to do skateboard stuff out in the parking lot.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. And then
he got that game for the Nintendo 64 in like 96?
The X Games came out, and that became super popular again. And so he was still doing that, and he was like, we forgot about Tony Hawk. And then I think he's got a thing called Birdhouse, like he started selling a bunch of skateboards, so it became a thing. Then the popularity of his name became something cool.
Yep.
Something people wanted. They wanted Activision, I think, came to him and said, hey, we want to make a game. We'll give you $1 million for your name to put on it. And he said, I want royalties. And it was a big chance because he could have got $1 million or he could have got... We've done, FYI, Tanner and I, in a small way, different times have done royalties on certain things. Well, not royalties, but percentage of things that sell, kind of like what royalties are.
Oh.
And we've lost.
And we've taken that gamble and lost.
And that's what he could have done and not had the $1 million, but now he makes $6 million a year for doing nothing. He gets royalties now.
He just released those games again. They just did it again. I used to play those games.
They're so fun.
Super fun.
Think about that, Lo. $6 million a year.
Nothing.
4 wives.
How many wives?
Well, he's got divorced 3 times. He doesn't have 4 wives. I mean, maybe.
This is good. I mean, you don't get divorced 3 times with only 1 wife.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. 3430.
Morning.
Morning. Hey, you guys are talking about royalties. I have a question. Whatever happened to that deal with fans giving you facials and you getting
That was a deal.
facial fans?
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember that at all.
But I want it back. I want back that. I want to look at that contract.
Yeah, that seems like a bad deal. Who signed that? Did we
No,
sign
man.
that?
I haven't heard anything more about that. So you done getting facials?
I don't know. I guess. Well,
Wait, hold on. Did we get some?
who's giving them?
Is it Kyle?
And damn it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah. 17 years old and making
Bought a duplex.
100. He said he was making hundreds of thousands of dollars that year. And when a teacher's telling them, "Hey, what are you gonna do after skateboarding?"
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, count my money.
He didn't think he was. He said he remembered on Thrasher magazine. Do you remember these magazines?
Yep.
Okay. He said there was an article of a 30-year-old in there doing skateboarding, and people were like, "He still got it." And now,
Wait, what?
and now Tony Hawk's 52 years old, and
I love that he rides around in his car.
do a kickflip.
Yeah, do kickflip!
Do you know what he does though? When they do it, he gets out and gives them a skateboard, like signed by him. But these
Oh.
young kids don't even know who the hell he is anymore.
No, there's no way.
You don't think
I
so?
think
You think if
Tony
you're in
Hawk
skate-
is still the biggest name in skateboarding.
Because I know the only reason I know Rob is Rob Deerdrick a skateboarder.
Dear Dick.
Deerdick. See, I thought he was some TV personality or whatever. But,
He did that first. He did skateboarding first.
see, and I did not know that. And I know Bam is just because.
Oh, Jackass.
But for being famous for skateboarding, I don't
Tony
know.
Hawk. Nobody will ever get bigger than Tony Hawk. Ever. Ever.
And
His
the
name is
name-
badass.
the name
His
is
name is
amazing.
amazing. Hi, what's your name? Oh, I'm Tony Hawk. Anthony Hawk.
Anthony?
Hawk?
No, you're not.
Oh, your name's Hawk? Your last name's Hawk?
No, you're not.
What's your middle name? Danger? It actually is Tony Danger Hawk.
Do I know somebody that named their kid's middle name Danger?
I know like 3 or 4 people that are like, middle name's Danger.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's not really unique anymore.
Can I tell you something that got me so annoyed about names yesterday?
Tell me, preach.
Angie said there are 2 kids in school, and his dad wanted to name them Bo and Arrow, and that is their names. And the kid spells it E-R-O, Arrow, or something like that, dude. It's just driving me. This is what I'm saying about trying hard, man.
Yeah, that's trying. Yesterday, I was talking to my child, Vienna, and we were watching, obviously, Hugh Laurie interviews.
Yeah,
like you
of
do
course.
with your 5-year-old.
Well, what was it? Oh, it's Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday yesterday. And she was like, what's his name? And I said, Hugh. And she's like, Hugh, like with a Q? And I was like, no, Hugh with an A. And she's like, a weird name. And I was like, it wasn't. It wasn't back in the day.
Well,
Hugh was a
wasn't-
normal name.
It wasn't until you just said it. Now she's made it weird. She's
Yeah.
made it more weird than what it is.
Yeah, but to her, Hugh is a weird name. But
Hugh is a weird name.
yeah, but Braden and Braxton and all those are the norm names.
You're talking about like Lyric, which, by the way, I really like the name Lyric.
You always
I think
bring that one up.
I
That
do.
woman definitely doesn't listen anymore.
No, I
because
love
of
the name.
hatred
No,
that you
no,
have
no, no,
put
no.
towards that
Yeah.
name. Because
I
you
love that
use it
name.
as a kickoff point for a lot of hate speech.
I do, and it doesn't even matter what it is. It doesn't have to do with names. No, that's not true. I like the name Lyric.
I think it's a
do. I
beautiful
think it's
name.
beautiful. But I'm just saying, parents need to calm the AF
Stop
down.
naming your kids like strippers.
They got to stop naming the kids just trying to be so different. You're not. They're all kids, and they're probably going to, your kid's probably going to just grow up fat and sassy. Just because you named them a unique name doesn't mean that they're going to be a unique person.
That is true. I saw one girl, she had twins, and she named one Violet, which is a normal name, but the other one's name was Scout.
I really like that name.
Scout?
Yeah.
Me too, but it's weird.
I think Bruce Willis's kids named Scout. And I go back to my kids.
Yeah, because Piper is a pretty unique name for when she was named Piper.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem so out there. It seems like
well, yeah, because
Piper,
it's your kid's name.
Yeah, maybe,
you hear it all the time.
maybe. But I also think if we were like, oh, Piper, that's a really pretty name. But
I think if nobody's heard the name, they would be like, Piper.
Really?
Yeah.
You know that was a boy's name first?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
You mean like Ashley and
Dutch.
Leslie Dutch.
Dutch.
Yeah, there was a movie called Dutch.
Mhm.
And then Lincoln.
I knew that one was going to be. That was kind of.
That was blowing up around that time because I had a nephew.
Yeah. I told her, I go, Ange, this, I don't know if we're looking for unique or whatever, but this is going to be really popular.
Yeah. Everybody's going to have it. Have you ever seen a $5 bill? The Lincoln right there.
Do you think, so you think Piper is,
yes.
When we did it
I've literally never seen another Piper.
Huh.
Other than on, what's it's called? The Orange is the New Black. I've never seen another Piper other than your kid. And here you are.
Yes.
And here you are being like, you guys need to quit with those names. Piper, Dewey, come here.
Well, Dewey's really an old name. That's not his real
it's so
name.
old, and now it's become super unique.
Yeah.
I get tripped up when people say Lincoln. Oh yeah, I turned it into
groin area.
I turned it. Oh, you got a case of the hot crotch?
Do feel it?
I after JTX, I tell you, I thought I peed.
You're like, holy, did I just wet myself?
Yeah, I woke up on a pull-out couch at a friend's house, and I was like, man, my crotch is wet. I got so drunk I peed the bed. I was like, oh no. I was like, not here. I've never done it before. I was like, not on somebody's pull-out couch. Because
Stop saying pull-out. It's making me uncomfortable.
Why?
You can just say couch.
But it's a pull-out couch.
Yeah, but who cares? You're getting the same thing.
Because Kayla and I were both sleeping on it.
Yeah, but so what?
It would, I don't know.
Say bad. That's
But
really
it
bothering
wasn't.
me.
It was a pull-out couch.
Ah! Dude, I gotta take my pants off.
Pull-out couch. But it was fine. I put my hand in there. Hand came out wet, but pants were dry and everything else was dry.
Good.
I had a case of the hot crotch.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. But I never wear hooded sweatshirts.
That is true. You look very casual today.
And I want to take it off, but it'll just wreck my hair.
What is well, that doesn't.
That seems like that. These are things that I worry about.
What do you got under it?
A shirt, a
What
t-shirt.
kind? What's it say?
Like a mountain bike t-shirt. Mountain bikers are badass. Mountain biking for life.
Mountain
Thug
bikers
life.
do it best.
MTB life.
We pedal because we are metal.
Mm-hmm.
Metal for pedal. Pedal for metal.
Yeah, I don't have a shirt underneath. I can't wear t-shirts or my nipples bleed.
Oof, now I just don't even know what's real.
All right. We got to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was a girl named Piper on Charmed. I think that might have been, was that Alyssa Milano's character?
Never watched Charmed.
Neither did I. Sometimes when I needed
Good wanking.
I've done that at Charmed.
Listen, it was a different time before the internet. We've all found things that we're not proud of.
Thank you for understanding.
No, I don't know. Susan just sent it to me. She was like, email me. Dude, so, but it's not paid. At Alta Resources, they are so much more than just a place to work. Alta Resources is a company that truly nurtures employees and cultivates Alta Resources is a company that truly nurtures employees and cultivates professionals. And to make sure that they have the best people supporting the best brands. Alta Resources has increased their starting wages, earn up to $19 an hour, and have the opportunity to work where you want. Work from home or in their downtown Neenah office. You've earned it. Discover your reason to love working at Alta Resources at altacareers.com. That's altacareers.com. Alta Resources knows how valuable your time is. That's why they're offering immediate interviews available Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. No need to apply online or schedule an appointment. Just walk into their downtown Neenah office at 120 North Commercial Street to speak to one of the Alta Resources people. Within an hour, you'll know if you'll have a fresh start at a company built on caring. Within an hour, you'll know if you'll have a fresh start at a company built on caring. Discover your reason to love working at Alta Resources at altacareers.com. That's altacareers.com. People love working at Alta Resources for a number of reasons. Their employees are parents, college students, soccer moms, pet lovers, empty nesters, recent graduates, nature enthusiasts, and community volunteers. They're problem solvers, content creators, Instagram influencers, experience makers, and so much more. Alta Resources isn't just a place to work, it's a place where you can be you. All of you. Discover your reason to love working at Alta Resources at altacareers.com. That's altacareers.com. One more. People love working at Alta Resources. They're problem solvers, content creators. People love working at Alta Resources. They're problem solvers, content creators, experience makers, and so much more. Alta Resources isn't just a place to work. It's a place where you can be you. All of you. Discover your reason to love working at Alta Resources at altacareers.com. Okay, send that to me.
Hi, how you doing? Good morning. It is the Jake and Tanner Show. Lionsdale, we're going to be there today, 3 to 6. Stop by, say hi. Be cool. We're going to be drinking some of our beer there.
Yeah, buddy.
You buy the first one, the first 50 people that buy the first drink. Tanner and I are going to buy your second one. That is on us. Yep. Got the wheel there. Cool. That's going to be, you get to spin the wheel.
There's stuff you can win from Lionsdale, like glassware. You can get your own drink. You can win a drink on the wheel. Like, there's a ton of stuff on that nice carnival wheel of a thing.
So stop by, say hi. We're going to be there 3 to 6. It's in Neenah, Lionsdale Brewing Company. I got so much to get to today.
Tell me about it.
Well, we're going to do a take from Jake and Tanner here in just a minute. But just before that, I want to see, this is universally hated by everyone on Earth. And I want to see if we agree with this.
Okay.
FYI, this is straight up off the complete sheet, so I'm sure every radio show on the planet's going to be doing it.
Rip and read!
Rip and read, baby. Like Angie told me yesterday, she's like, hey, do you know why dogs tilt their head to the right? And I go, guarantee you heard that on a radio show because A, that sounds like a real radio fact, and also, B, I read it on the complete sheet yesterday.
It's because they hate going to the left.
Yep. It's just how it is. All right, so, again, universally hated by everyone on Earth. Play along in the text line 71090 if you're like, yeah, everyone should hate this. Loud chewing.
Yeah.
That's not even a misophonia.
No, it's just rude.
That's just, yeah.
It's just a butt thing to do.
Do you know what my daughter does? And I have to make her leave. I'm like, you have to go into the other room and eat your
apples near you?
No, you're going to hate this, but she doesn't use her lips to take food off the fork. She uses her teeth to take the food off the fork.
I can't even. It makes my whole mouth water.
That sound, and it's that scrape sound from the fork, and I say, I go, just use your lips, just use your lips to take it off. And for some reason, she can't do it. Colton chews his ice cream. He bites it and he eats. He doesn't, and that drives me nuts. First of all, ice cream in general, if somebody's eating it by me, but like he bites his ice cream and he eats bananas really awkward. He puts the
peel first,
just the whole thing down his throat. Doesn't even chew. That's the thing he doesn't chew. I tell him chew bananas.
Yeah.
Lick
He chokes
ice cream.
every time.
Chokes. No
Then he
gag
dies.
reflex.
Yeah, chewing ice cream is a criminal offense.
Yeah. Slow walkers. When does that happen?
In malls. You don't frequent malls often, do you?
I need to frequent more malls.
Yeah, because you get in hallways.
What?
Well, I mean, how else do you follow people?
Well, wait a minute. What always?
I feel like this is a trap. I think you're just trying to make me feel weird for following people.
Oh, but there's
But,
no
like, if you're-
hallways in a
but if-
mall.
But like, if you're walking behind somebody,
You're walking way too close.
well, I have to. They're walking so slow. I got to tailgate them so they know that they need to move over.
Did you hear those one guys that there was this mall getting constructed in their town and he was getting kicked out and he needed a place to live and he found this one part of the mall that they were walling off, or there was a section of the wall, like mall, that if he walled off, it could become a little room, and it looks just so he did it. He walled it off and drywalled it and everything, and they built the mall, and he just kept going. He had a little secret area that he just kept sliding in and out. There was a TV and a bed, and he lived there for like a year or something until they got
Only a
found.
year?
It was something like that. It was like him and a couple friends rent free at a mall.
That's awesome. That would have been great. I would have loved it.
Had to be a time before
Cell phones,
yeah,
computers,
right?
cameras.
Group text. Oh yeah, I get out of group text pretty quick.
Yeah.
There's a ding every 5 seconds.
Bing. Oh, God. Fastest way. If you're having a conversation with somebody in a group text and it's only directed towards one person, just text them individually.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you
I don't
doing?
need to, I don't want to eavesdrop on your thing. Go talk crap about me somewhere else. I don't care.
Close talkers should burn in hell.
And they will.
Oh, that is terrible. I know somebody that, and you back up and they kind of,
You get closer to you.
how do they not have that awareness?
Yeah. How is their bubble like? They probably watch too much porn.
Yeah, right.
Because no
Yeah.
porn's. I mean, they're all close talkers there.
Yeah.
They just think it's going to happen.
All right. Take from Jake and Tanner.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, this is what happened yesterday. How much are we going to play for today in the 8 o'clock hour? What are we playing for today?
180 today.
180. There you go. 180 we play for today when we play in the 8 o'clock hour. And we have Usher, Katy Perry tickets you can get qualified for a trip for two to Vegas. And Ludacris tickets that we want to give away today. Yeah, we're going to do that all coming up. You are listening to the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning. It's the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning. Hi, how you doing? It's going to be a cold one out there today. Just kidding. Could you imagine if we were a show that gave you weather? Maybe we should start.
We should.
I'm just saying, Murphy, he's doing all right in the ratings. He's been here for a while.
Probably sound better than the weather audio we get.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, anyway, so we're at Lion's Tail. Today we're going to be there from 3 to 6. Come by, stop by, say hi. You can get the We Do What We Want beer, stout, if you will. And that's our beer. That's the Jake and Tanner beer. You can get other beer there, too, and stout and whatever you want.
Yeah.
We're going to buy you your second one. You buy one, we'll buy you the second. For the first 50 people, they can buy a beer or stout.
Yeah, and water doesn't count as a drink.
Nope.
I know you drunks. I know you, man. I can bottle water. Now buy my beer. Mm-mm.
So we had parent-teacher conference yesterday. And first, my wife worries so much. Something I don't do, like especially with our son, because he's a wild child and he's got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time we have a parent-teacher conference, something gets brought up like, he's wiggly. We got to try to keep his focus on. And then Angie feels real bad.
Yeah.
And I got to do, and she asked me, she's like, yesterday, she's like, how come you're not, because we got a really good, like our very first really great teacher conference or whatever. And she's like, why are you not excited? And I'm like, well, I don't know, man. Because that doesn't, to me, it doesn't, those things are really weird for me. Because I wasn't worried that something negative was going to be said in there, because I don't worry about that, because I didn't do the greatest in school and I'm doing all right in life now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Standardized tests don't, these things don't let you, or who you're going to be forever.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think moms have this weird, they've got to be perfect. And maybe it's just me, but I think a lot of dads are just like, I don't know. Like my dad never even went to parent-teacher conferences at all.
Yeah, that makes sense for what your dad was later in the day.
So when I go to these things, I've never really talked to them about the academic portion of it. I always ask them at the end, like, well, how are they as a person? Are they treating people with respect? Do they smile in the hallway? Do they look like they're enjoying life? How are they treating you? Are they respectful? Those are the things that, I understand that they need an education, but those are the things that I feel like are really, really important.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Anyway, so that was like our do you remember that, going back really quick to that standardized testing and how you start really believing, those grades, they make you really think and believe who you are, a letter grade. So if you're getting a D, you're like, God, I suck.
Yep.
Goes that story of that really successful guy, ended up learning and owning a magazine company or whatever. He did terrible in school. Terrible. And then he took the ACTs. Is that right? ACTs before you get into college or whatever? They give you a score?
The ACTs and the SATs. Yeah. But I don't know what the difference is. I never took them.
Well, anyway, and he ended up taking it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what what the perfect score is, like an 1800, say. I don't know what it is, because again, I never took them. But he ended up scoring like very close to a perfect score. Mm-hmm. And people were like, oh my God, I knew he had potential. All these teachers started treating him differently. After he took that, he was in class and everything. He started getting more attention, and it was like, see, this kid can do anything he wants. And maybe he wasn't really paying attention in school, and school wasn't for him.
Yeah.
But look at what he scored, and he started, he's retaining all this knowledge and this information we're getting. He started getting more attention from teachers and, sitting around with counselors. And what do you want to do for a living now? What do you want to do with life?
Yeah.
Well,
you can go to any college now.
He ended up going to school, and in college, he did really well in college. And then he ended up...
it was also probably a confidence booster for him. He probably thought that he was stupid for his entire life, and then he finally got this score, and he was like, maybe I'm not dumb, I just need to apply myself.
Then and he ended up owning a successful publishing company, and he makes lots of money. Years down the road, he got a letter in the mail and said, hey, just FYI, that wasn't your test score. We accidentally messed up, and we are trying to fix it or whatever, but just know this was your actual score. And it was like a 600 or something very low.
Yeah.
And I'm butchering the story a little bit, and we talked about it a long time ago, but it just goes to show you. And that, by the way, a lot of people, what happened to that one guy? That's
that's what I always wanted to know.
But he ended up retaking it and scoring well or whatever. But it just goes to show you, he started believing in himself. And then he started hearing teachers' words of affirmation and all that. And then he started thinking, maybe I am smart. And so he became smart because he started thinking, and he became very successful. Just crazy, man. That's why it's like you get a D in math, and especially some parents look at that like it's complete failure in life. Some parents are really hard on the kids.
Yeah, some parents are the worst. Like, because I didn't do great in math, but my parents would be like, well, what do we got to do to, like, is it that you're not understanding it? Is it that you're not applying yourself? Like, what is the reason that you're getting this grade? That's what you need to ask. Like, why are you not doing it? Like, is it just, or do you need a little bit of extra help? Can we do something for you?
Yeah.
Because regardless if you don't use math every day, you should know the basics of it, right? I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do. I mean, I know I have that weird thing where it sounds like kids don't even need school. I do. I think they need school, and I think they need to get somewhat educated here.
Yeah, just remember, if you still send your kids to school.
I still send my kids to school.
It's not like you're doing that weird unschooling where you take them out of school and it's like you only learn what you want to learn.
Yeah.
Because that would be, I think that's how you make people that are weird.
True.
That's how you make weird kids.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to do after school, really, because it was tough for me, and I knew it was only sports or science or whatever I didn't know what it was. So thankfully that teacher, like I was just saying this yesterday, but he took the time to say, hey, you may want to think about radio because it put me on this path, completely changing my career. You ever have one of those teachers that are just
good teachers?
Well, good and just like really cool. They're like, they give you almost like Mr. Feeney life advice, because I feel like those are far and few in between where you get those type of teachers that are not only trying to build them academically, but also trying to give them life advice that they need,
Man, I had like 3 of them in my...
That's awesome if you had that many.
I know 2 of them are still at that school, but I know that I had about 3 that would always... They seemed like they had a relationship with all their students. But that's kind of the nice part about going to a school that only has 200
small
kids
school,
at a smaller school. So
there was a dude named in my school, a teacher named RJ, and we called him RJ. One of those teachers, you know what I mean? He was an older teacher, but older now. He was probably my age.
35.
Yeah. Older back then, I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, his name was RJ, and he was one of those teachers that was really cool. Didn't judge you on the test so much. Didn't more just his classes were more just seemed like open-ended conversations where he would teach in between. You know what I mean? You didn't realize like you were walking out and you're like, oh, well, we did. I guess I did learn that.
Yeah,
yeah, right. In these lessons, and one time he came up to me and because I was like upset and mad because I had Saturday school.
Yeah.
Saturday school was school you went to like on detention. Saturday. It was detention. You could go for a max of 4 hours that day. It was like 8 to noon.
Yep.
And I had a ridiculous amount of hours because of tardies. And every tardy that you got would turn into an absent. And if you had absence or tardies or whatever, you could make up for them in Saturday school. It became a thing.
Yeah.
And
it was because you kept walking Angie to her class.
Yeah, he told me. He goes, well, why are you getting all these tardies? And I said, well, I'm walking Ange to her class and I never can make it back in time. And he said, well, is she worth it? And I go, I think so. And he goes, well, then it looks like you're going to do Saturday school. Sometimes the girls in your life are worth
doing Saturday
school. And he said, prove them wrong and marry her one day. And here we are.
And it's a long con.
It's
like you don't even like her anymore. But it's just like, I'll show them.
I just had to. I just think that was a really neat, like no other teacher would have said that. Mm-hmm. They would, I don't know, what the reaction would have been, but they wouldn't have done that. And I just think that was, you probably couldn't do it. You probably can't do that in 2021 now. It'd be like, what did you just touch my ass?
Yeah.
Is that what you just told me?
Don't touch my wiener! I'm not going to Saturday school. Screw you. You're a pervert.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't want to talk about teachers again, but here we are.
Yeah.
And I took
teachers.
Well, it was just, how did your kids? Did you have a conference yesterday for your kid?
No, today.
Oh, today.
I gave
okay.
mine today. Which is she's in pre-K, so I don't even know what they're gonna tell me. She listens. I went there and I volunteered not too long ago, and
Oh yeah, how did that go?
fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
so at least you're doing it.
Yeah, and when I got to sit at the back of the class before like V even knew I was there, and I was actually really impressed. Like I was like, oh, she's sitting down, she's raising her hand. Like this isn't what my kid is at home. Like that's a whole different human right there. And then I found out I actually was watching the wrong kid. So then I had to find.
Oh, look just like her. I don't know.
And then I went to the right classroom, and I was like, oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
she's still doing pretty well. But even one of the other teachers that was there was like, I just want to let you know, like between all these kids, like she actually sits and listens. Like she's
Really? I thought you were
doing
gonna.
very well.
I thought it would have been because she seems to be a hyper kiddo.
Yeah, dude, she's nonstop talking at home. Like the other
Great,
day,
so
she was just making noise just to make it.
So the schools are making her fall in line real
in
good.
line, yeah.
You sit there, you be silent, and when the bell rings, you're dismissed, and then
Yeah.
you go walk to your other class, making her a worker,
Yes.
making her a blue-collared factory worker. That's what schools do.
I mean, it's what they're doing to your kids too.
I don't know. I don't know why I talk or think the way I think. Man, it's so stupid.
Yeah, because your actions don't follow them.
I know,
You're
I
like,
mean-
school's a work, turns you into a worker. Okay, bye, kids, get on your bus.
Right? They ride bikes.
But yeah, so I have that today.
I do think
what it is.
keep her in school.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't know, man. My thing with school was I didn't do the greatest. You know, I didn't get all fails, but I mean, there were some D's, there were some C's. I found very little passion in any of the subjects. None of the teachers took time to even want to get to help me or whatever, and I didn't even want the help. It's not like I was asking for it. And here I am today, and I've done all right. So
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I know you. I don't know. My problem. I guess maybe I got a lot of backpacked emotion about being in
Probably.
school. Yeah.
Probably.
And it was all sports, just crap that don't matter. You know how happy I am Aaron Rodgers got COVID? That's rude, and I'm not happy. I don't
the
want
first
to
thing you said to me today.
Well, I don't want
You're
anybody
like, I
to
can't
be.
wait until Green Bay loses this weekend. You're like, because then people know it doesn't matter. And I was like, well, nothing matters. And you want to do that, and you're like, yeah, but this really doesn't matter.
I don't want Aaron sick. I hate if anybody's sick.
He's probably not sick.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
he's a professional athlete, so I'm sure his body is more than capable of fighting off COVID.
Yeah, what do you think? So, I mean, you think Jordan Peele or whoever is going to be
Jordan Love?
Yeah, you think he's going to do it now?
No, it's going to be a loss.
Isn't
this
that
week.
fun?
It just will be. So
Won't that be so fun though? When Aaron next year, if he goes somewhere else,
he's going to go to New England. I just got
Cincinnati.
this crazy feeling
Detroit.
that he's going to go to. Yeah, he's going to. I said before, you know what, Tom Brady? I said it about Tom Brady. You want to be the best quarterback in the league? That's fine. Go to Detroit. Win them a Super Bowl.
Could you imagine?
If he was like, I want to go to Detroit now.
How fun.
Like he wins 2 in Tampa Bay. Like say he wins this year. Now again with Tampa Bay.
He's got to live in Detroit. But it
and
wouldn't
then
be like living in Detroit like I live in Detroit.
He could just buy Detroit.
Yeah, right,
He
okay.
could call it Bradyville.
Yeah. Oh, fun.
And then everybody in Detroit would just be like, you know what? We're okay with it.
Sure.
I live in Bradyville. Where we
and
all
it's so
kiss
pretty.
our sons.
It's just how we do when we greet each other.
It's an old Bradyville tradition. Goes back as far as we can remember.
Just want to be so fun. Wouldn't it be just so fun when I mean, do you think at one point Green Bay is going to start losing, where it's going to be like, oh, we got not the greatest team in the league?
Yeah, it's going to be.
Won't that be fun?
It is going to be very sad.
It's just everybody's going to be all the men are going to be beating their wives. I don't want that either, but it's just.
But why are you so happy
I
right
don't
now?
know.
You're like, oh, the men beat their wife. You're like pulling your sweatshirt over your crotch.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want people to know I'm happy.
Dude, no,
It
if you
makes you
say,
happy.
no, if you're sitting around in a bar, you're telling people we won. When you say we, that is stupid.
Yeah, you're not part of the team. I slip up and say it every now and then, but I try to correct myself because I'm not part of the team.
Again, I'm not from, I don't understand. Maybe if I grew up here, it'd be different.
Maybe. My favorite is, and I love the Packers. Like, I enjoy watching their games. I feel good when they win, and I
What does it
don't
do for
feel
you?
good.
You just,
It
it just
you
puts
feel
you in-
good.
Yeah, does
I don't
it?
know why.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Oh,
it feels good. It's so condescending.
It's just like, what does it do? What
But
does
it
it
feels
do?
good. It's
Yeah.
like I said, it's like watching a TV show that's never been canceled.
It just doesn't matter.
But nothing matters.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, but that doesn't. That really
yeah,
doesn't.
but nothing matters.
Well, your family matter. Like, why don't
Well,
you do
yeah,
something?
yeah, but like Handmaid's Tale. Why do you watch it?
Yeah, but that's different
But
to
why?
me because
Because that doesn't matter
yeah,
even
but
more.
I
'Cause those are
guess
all fictional
but guess what? I
characters.
don't do that. I don't sit around in a garage with a bunch of people that wear Handmaid's t-shirts and all cheer when she does something. That's
mean,
the
that's
dumbest
also-
thing on the planet.
Yeah, it is culty. Being a sports fan is a little culty, but like in the sense of it doesn't matter, man, nothing does.
Dude, that's true. I'm not saying that it doesn't. I mean, nothing
and then
really
that's
does.
a sad thing. That's a sad road to get down
like-
because then that's when that bottle of sleeping pills looks more appetizing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that winning teams bring in money.
Yeah,
for
I
cities
almost don't even care even a little about
So
that.
I mean, I think that's kind of a good thing.
yeah, I mean, I guess it helps the community. I never think about it that way. It just feels good. It's that competitive nature. Even though I'm not part of it, it's like that's my team, and I like that team.
Oh, you
So
just made me
if
want
I
to
win,
kick baby kittens in the face
if
right
they
now.
win, I feel good about it. I feel good about this.
Here you go. Fans are part of the team.
No, they're not.
That's why people say we.
Nope.
Plus, the Packers are owned by the fans.
No, they're not.
No, somebody said mountain biking doesn't matter either. I agree with that.
Yeah, no, it never matters.
I said that. Although I don't go insane and have 4 TVs in my garage to
Yeah.
watch mountain biking. I do it with my kid because I'm
Yeah.
hanging out with my kid. Are you playing with your kid with Aaron? I mean, what are you doing? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
But like, if you and your
a lot of the times the guys are just ignoring their kids.
that's a lot of true. Yeah, but it's their thing. It's what out of
I think
shape
it's
men
people,
get to do.
right? I think it's out of shape men that don't really like their job.
Well, I love my job, and I also like watching football.
Yeah, but you're not. You don't like it as much as I'm talking about people
Be
that
my
are
wife?
crazy
Yeah.
about football.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the Ryan Sheiks of the world that have 6 TVs and
But he
every
also
channel
uses
is
those
sports.
TVs to watch live PD.
That's true. That is awesome.
Live
I think
PD
it's
is a
back.
lot of fun.
Is Cops back, by the way?
I don't know. Yeah, you struck a chord with some people because now they're attacking handwriting.
Again, this is the
different-
handwriting
you
to
can't
me.
take
I'm not,
those things.
I'm not wearing a jersey of handwriting
Because they don't have any in your size.
And it's just like I don't feel like I'm a part of something and we're winning, and I don't think that. You know,
yeah.
Again, I'm talking about the crazy fans.
Yes.
I'm talking about the fans who cheer in the stands. just settle down.
The ones who are excited. The ones who find joy in it. I don't like their joy.
It's not that I hate the Packers. I hate any team.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
just
like any team.
sports.
Does it feel weird that Dewey is so naturally athletic? No.
Because I am too. I'm not kidding. Like I can do.
Yeah, you can
sports.
do
I
things.
can do things. I'm very athletic.
But that he's more gravitating towards those team sports.
No, he's not. He's just a kid. It's not like he wants posters and he knows any
Well,
of the
yeah, but I
names.
mean, like he goes and he wants to do soccer, right? Like he wanted to do soccer, right? And that's not something that you would have wanted to do as a child, right?
No, I wouldn't do it now. Soccer.
No.
But his friends are playing it and whatnot. But I can't wait until he gets older and cheers for his favorite team.
And you
Has a job he hates.
tell me stupid.
Somebody said, I think it's because you didn't grow up around it. That's true.
I said that before.
My dad was not into sports whatsoever.
Yeah.
And also I'm in Detroit. Or
So what
I'm
did
sorry,
you like?
Michigan. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So there was that. It wasn't, it's really, honestly, when I moved over here, it was insane.
Yeah. And it's because you moved into Green Bay.
Right.
You moved into a town that had a professional football team. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you've gone to Bucks games
Can I say something really quick?
and cheered
I'm
for the Bucks.
partaking in handwriting and mountain biking. I partake. You're not on the field with these guys.
But what if you found out that these people are like, I like to touch football on the weekends? Would you call them a child?
Oh yeah, dude, I have a problem. I have a problem with adult people getting around and doing like softball. It just drives me insane. Like on a Wednesday. It's like, calm
Is it
down.
because
Like,
there's extra people there?
I don't know, man. It's just
Is
like
it
what are
just
you
as
doing?
much exercise? Well, not just as much, but it's
Sure.
still exercise
I don't know, man.
as mountain biking.
Yeah, maybe it's the people thing.
It's probably
And
the
listen,
people.
man, I like mountain biking, but I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you're not
insane
crazy about it. No.
You know what I mean? I do it to keep moving, man. Body in motion. You know, try to stay somewhat healthy.
Yeah.
I should maybe take cues and just watch it on TV.
Take cues?
Well, from all the people on the text line just
it's
saying,
fine.
like,
I mean, it doesn't have to be your thing.
No, I don't-
But once again, it's that hard opinion that you take on things. Like, if you like
Maybe.
football, you also enjoy beating your wife.
no, that's yours. That's yours. That's not mine. That's not
or
mine.
it's like, if you like football, you're dumb and you hate your job.
Dude, well, yeah, I think that's really mean. That's really mean. But I think a lot of people do it and they don't even really like it, but everybody else is doing it in Green Bay, so it's like I got to be a part of this. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you don't. You don't have to be a part of this.
Yeah. And you've always been a straight outside of the pack guy.
Yeah,
Who are
maybe.
you calling?
I know we're really late.
Yeah. You're calling Sheik?
Oh God, no.
You want to tell him that
Because
you
he
think
would
his
be-
garage is stupid?
No, I like his beer, and he's very, very
He's
nice.
one of the nicest people I've ever met.
He is like really nice.
And you're just like, and you got 7 TVs and all the beer I can drink. And it's air conditioned in there.
Dude, air conditioning.
It's awesome.
That's a different
Love his
level.
garage.
That's a different tax bracket.
Yeah.
Somebody said Jake, softball on Wednesday also means partaking in adult beverages. It's so tough on a Wednesday.
Please leave your message.
Who was that?
I was going to call Colton because he lives in Texas. They're kind of nutty too.
Yeah, but they got their high school football. Those people are nuts.
Yeah,
They cheer for 16-year-olds.
And I wanted to take his.
That one's weird.
I wanted to hear his thought on it. I just feel like, man, am I the only one? I would love to hear
You're not
somebody
the
because
only one.
out of the text line, it feels like I'm the only one that everybody's attacking, thinking I'm the dumb one for not liking this. Is there anybody listening that is a little bit of an agreement with me? Because that'll make me feel a lot
I think
better.
it's weird when everybody gets involved. Like when your identity becomes being a Packers fan. That's weird. But
Yes.
But the other, if you like sports, you're stupid angle is different for me.
I don't know if maybe that was harsh. I don't think
Maybe.
I don't think you're stupid. This is a little bizarre that you love something that much.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jake.
Just me and that.
And then they signed it with, please let me back near parks again. So,
I think people who watch college football like that are weird. I wonder why.
college ball is weird to me.
Really?
I
You
never gotten into college ball.
You mean like if you went to that college and you're still cheering?
No, that I can understand. There's a weird pride that I guess you can have in your college because you paid for it. You graduated in some of your biggest developing years, from what I've read in TV, is in college. People who go to high school games are weird to me if you don't have a student. That one's
because you just went to the school or you live by it or something.
That feels inappropriate to me. But I just don't like the people who are fans of college teams that didn't go to that college. They're weird.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a huge Badgers fan. Be like, did you go to UW-Madison? Be like, I didn't. I actually didn't go to school at all, but I just love football, and I want to watch it on Saturdays and Sundays. It's like, what?
When your fandom becomes a personality trait, it's gone too far.
Anything.
Doing activities as well as watching activities with a group of people brings a sense of community. I think you have some issues because you like to be alone and you don't really like people. Maybe.
Could be it.
But how annoying was it when we went to that Packer game and that girls just started cheering and saying, just screaming?
I don't do that. I would love to go to another Packer game. You go there, just the atmosphere is a lot of fun. Especially if you go during a regular season game and not a preseason, because I don't want to watch third stringers fumble the ball around.
You know what? Another thing I hate is all you people that are so infatuated with Aaron Rodgers and stuff. He doesn't give a rat's.
No, he doesn't. But he's very good at the game.
He is, but I feel like these people think that he is. These guys are the greatest things on the planet. You know what I mean?
People who believe that they're bigger like when Katie said that she would be more impressed seeing Aaron Rodgers than she would seeing Brad Pitt. That's weird. And to have a tattoo of a football player on your foot, that's also super
I guess not so much celebrity. I get what you're saying, but even just like looking at it as, I don't know, they don't care.
They don't care about you.
They don't care whatsoever.
Well, they care about the sport and playing it.
I mean,
playing it well.
I guess.
Because it's their job.
But they sure would love to do it somewhere else. A lot of them even said that.
Oh, here in Green Bay, this is where you send the party people because there's nothing for them to do. It's the reason that Brett Favre got sent here. Brett Favre was having a huge drinking problem when he was in Atlanta, and they're like, send him to Green Bay. He can't do anything.
It's so true.
And,
they got the boardwalk. They got Hagemeister.
This isn't the town that these kids get drafted. They don't want to go here. There's nothing that's like, well, great, I get a $2 million signing bonus, and what am I going to do with it in Green Bay? Go to Best Buy? And I talked to that one dude at Best Buy. He's like, I sell these 85-inch, they were like $40,000 TVs. So who's buying that?
Packers.
And he's like, Packer players.
Really?
They come in here because they got nothing else to spend their money on here. Because they can't go buy that really nice car because it's snow half the time.
Another thing is, if you don't like sports, you're considered weird being around here. If you say, and I'm not doing it to try to get attention, like I think that one guy, whatever his name is, that does radio down there, he says he loves the Bears because I think that's a radio thing. He likes, saying that because he knows it's going to get a reaction.
Who?
I forget, some radio guy. He does it on air. It becomes a bit. That's like me saying, I like the Bears. That becomes a radio bit because then people are going to be... When I say I don't really care about sports, I don't care. And it's a real deal, not a radio thing. But people will also look at that like you have a problem. That you're the weird one.
Wait, what does this person say?
What's that?
You guys act like Aaron Rodgers is the OLT millionaire like that. I bet Brad Pitt the same way I bet Floyd Mayweather's the same way, not just Aaron Rodgers. You guys are just salty. You're stuck doing radio and not playing NFL making millions. Two things wrong with your statement. You might have the brain of a 7-year-old because that's how that read. And I would like to know what your job is that you're saying that radio is stuck. This is actually what we wanted to do. Yeah. And I have zero interest in playing the NFL.
Right. And the salty, not on Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I don't like Aaron. I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
He's a bitch.
Well, the thing is everybody just, God, he doesn't care about you, and everybody just puts him on this. That's the thing. It's not that I don't like the players necessarily as much as I don't like the people who like the players.
Hey, this is the guy that we attacked the other day. Yeah, because he's an idiot.
Okay.
I'm just saying that this guy.
That was
the guy
same
who
guy,
said that. Yeah. He's the same guy that we spent like 3 hours on
5280 says, Jake, what does your husband think of football? Funny. Oh, because you're saying it's a gay thing. Oh, guys can't like guys.
2021 and we're still making gay jokes.
Yeah, all right. Okay, cool.
What else of things have you said?
Probably.
Man. Yeah, you're just an idiot as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird now every time I hear somebody make a like being gay joke.
I know. It's
so
like you
strange.
can't
It's
use.
like, what are you gay? Just pick, maybe. I'm on a spectrum. I mean, I'd probably hook up with a few dudes.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm married to a woman, but I mean, like
I said, I've never tried it because, dude, I might really like it.
yeah, and that could really screw up my life.
Yeah.
Like, not like I would be happy.
So 5280, your burn doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because we haven't tried it yet.
Oh, you guys are progressive?
I agree with you guys. People are crazy. The Packer people are crazy. I'm from Green
They
Bay.
can be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's crazy people everywhere. I mean, go to Pittsburgh or Philadelphia or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
If their fans, if they lose a game, they burn the town down like all the time. There's just people get crazy when it comes to sports. I gotta be on your side now.
No, you don't have to.
Some people are insane.
I guess my stances were really mean, like you were saying, and I
Do
don't
the
mean
blanket
it.
statement.
Well, that you hate your job and you're overweight, which kind of like I see that a lot, man. But I guess that my whole I feel bad. I'm feeling bad because I feel like I've offended numerous people.
You feel like you might have.
And I'm not
You
saying
said if you like sports, you're fat and you hate your life.
I didn't say that. You said that.
you're listen, I think you guys might have taken what I said wrong. Be like, no, you said it at a 4th grade level. I mean, there was no hidden Jesus meaning on what you said. You said it in the sake of comedy. You said it like I'm making a joke.
Yeah, let's do that way.
Man, you gotta just be like, yeah.
Yes, that's what I was doing.
little
But I
bit
mean,
of oomph,
I
man.
just all I'm saying is the crazy football fans,
Yeah.
that live and breathe it.
crazy fans of anything.
I don't
No.
understand. There you go. Okay.
Crazy fans of anything are insane.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle even said, he was like, listen, I'm a Packer fan and a P1 of this show, and there's not much of a difference in some of the fans.
Guys who admit they don't care about sports have BDE. What is the big thing? Energy.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I think that's good.
What does that mean?
Like, well, you've been to the gym and you've seen the guy with the big one who's just walking around.
That's me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, you got
But
me.
like
You
just a
got me.
full naked guy, and it might be you.
No,
But
it's
I've
definitely
never
not me.
seen it. But I bet you I could draw it though.
Mine?
Yeah, I just looking at your face and your build, I bet you I could draw your penis with 80% accuracy.
It glows.
But either,
I'll get you some colored pencils.
thank you. But the guy that walks around with the hammer, that guy has a different energy in the locker room because he knows what he has.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
That you're confident?
Yes.
Wow.
Because every man every man thinks that they don't have, either you have too much confidence, you think you have the biggest hammer in the world, or you have no confidence and you have the smallest hammer in the world. But you get those, you call him Colton.
Yeah, just real quick, and we're going to smash two things together,
Yeah.
two commercials together, and we'll be back. 7 o'clock hour is always bad for us.
Yeah, we just get
on
going.
timing. It's really bad, but I don't want to talk on the next segment about this, and I just want to get his point because he lives in.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, yo, so in Texas, is it as crazy as, because I'm getting a lot of hate on the text right now, the text line, because I'm talking about fans, football fans that are crazy football fans, like the Ryan Cheeks, are crazy people. They're just nutty people. And I accidentally said that they're usually overweight and they hate their job. Like,
You
I
hear that? Just really quick. Let me paint you a picture from the outside of the box here. Jake said that people who like sports are
Accidentally.
dumb, or they're fat and they hate their jobs. And then when people push back on him, he's like, "You guys are stupid." Let me get Colton in here to help.
I wanted to ask Colton because Colton is in Texas, and I think there's a crazy
guys are
fan
nuts.
base there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, what I've realized moving around the cities, because I've been to a lot of cities with radio, is if your city is the worst and sucks and there's nothing to do, you probably like sports. Like if you're in Minneapolis, there's actually, you can walk outside and it doesn't smell and people like doing things. Or if you live in Dallas and there's trash every other 3 feet, you probably are a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, probably.
Oh boy, I really like that.
But I mean, like, there's sports fans in Minneapolis.
Yeah, but they're not as, like, crazy. They're not.
Yeah, you live near. Yeah,
one
you.
person who has no hope.
You
And, like, sports is their thing.
Yeah, but you live near Cowboy fans, and they've always been insane.
Yeah, but in Dallas, it's a big city, but there's still, like, it's not.
It's a dirty city.
What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on? Let's go to the people though that like it.
Yeah,
what are your
what-
thoughts on
yeah.
that?
Well, I mean, if you were to close your eyes and you just saw a sports fan, what do you see?
You see fat guy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, but you don't say it. Like, you're not supposed to say it.
It's accidental.
And then it's like you say it, and then you'll be like, man, the text line's ripping me apart right now. It's like, yeah, they are. You attacked them.
Well, there's got to be something mentally wrong, too, because, like, I saw a TikTok of this guy,
This is
like,
great.
crying because the Braves won. And he's like, I've been a lifelong Braves fan, and they finally won a World Series. And it's like, but you didn't win.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
He's got to be something mentally wrong.
I mean, yes, I get it. I get what you guys are
You're
saying.
fat,
But
you're
it's
fat, you're mentally off.
okay. No wonder why. No wonder why you called him in here for this.
Well, no, I just wanted to get the take on the being in Texas.
You knew.
Well, ain't nobody was on my side.
You dug yourself
Yeah,
a hole, and then you got mad that everybody else was throwing dirt on you.
I always like when you call and you're like, man, I don't know. It's like Green Bay just doesn't accept me. It's like,
Yeah. No, you know when Colton gets called on the air is when I don't back up what he's saying. He's like, well, F you. Let's get somebody who does. There's only 2 of us in here. Let's turn it to 3.
All right, who's this?
Hey guys, it's Jim. Of course, Jake doesn't like sports. He grew up in Michigan. They're horrible at sports.
I said
True.
that.
It's really true.
I said that before. He,
Oh, sorry, I said the S word.
I think I cut it
Sorry.
off.
All right.
You know better. But I've said that before, that it would be different if you had something that was nice to watch.
Yeah, that's like
yeah, it could just be like daddy issues,
He does have a lot of daddy issues.
Let's not do this, guys.
Jake's got a ton of daddy issues.
All right, thanks, guys.
You
We got
think
it.
if
We
Jake
really
was a girl, he'd be a whore.
Did your dad like sports and not include you, Jake?
Wait, what?
Did your dad like sports and then not include you, and now you hate it?
No, there was no. He hated sports and me.
Well, what was the equivalent to sports? Like, instead of sitting down on Sunday, I guess you just watched him drink. Never mind.
Yeah.
Watch him drink, or we did like I don't know.
They invented a game where they gave point values to things he broke. Sorry, Jordan.
Yeah, no,
Points!
This is not fun anymore. Thanks, guys. Somebody said, "Do you guys ever worry about getting canceled? Why?
Wait, what would
did
we get
do?
canceled for?
You
Who's
see,
gonna
that's somebody that's a
cancel
sports
us?
fan.
The fat? What are they gonna do? March on us? Okay,
Gotta
that'll be a really exciting 2-block march. They said we were out of shape. It was offensive.
Yeah, no, I do worry about it. I mean, if we're going to answer that question a little bit sometimes.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Hey, they made fun of me because my life choices have turned me into an overweight person.
I love that you're
That's
on
not
this,
fair.
you're on this side all of a
No,
sudden.
I'm not saying that every sports fan is fat. What I'm saying, you're saying that. I'm
was
saying
an accident. You guys took
it was not an accident. It's a weird accident. This is the most gaslighty thing I've ever heard.
Took that straight out of context.
Yeah.
By the way, we are an
Out of
award-winning.
context.
we are.
Out of context. Here's the context. Do you like sports? You must be fat and hate your job.
Yeah, but I didn't say it like just
Once
like that.
again,
I had a different inflection.
You off air and like you call Colton and you just be like, I wonder why the text line sometimes just isn't on my side, and be like, because you tell them things. You say mean things to them. It's like you keep kicking a dog and then you wonder, why doesn't it run up to me anymore? It's like you kicked in the ribs so many times.
Ah. All right. Listen, I got to play all of these commercials. Do you know that was our first? No, that wasn't our first segment.
It was.
Okay, I'm going to apologize right now to the traffic department, but all of these commercials are going to have to play.
Yeah.
It's going to be one long group, just like we said that we wanted to do radio a long time ago, where we play all the commercials at the very end. What happened?
Just this whole break. Is you called everybody fat, and now at the end you're like, I am a victim of a hate crime. You're like, these people are mean, and I don't know why. Why would you all say these mean things to me, you fat, lazy Fs?
All right, you're making this way worse than
what
what
I'm
it
saying
is.
is I'm saying all the things you said, but in a row.
No, that is not fun. That's an awful way. Why would you ever do that? It's awful.
I know, it's so mean to do.
We've been there before.
Yeah, but that was one of my favorite meetings I've ever been involved in.
All right, listen, we got to go. We got to play all these, ain't I'm confused, and I'm really confused on the text.
Yes.
That's going back and forth. Now, and by the way, it's a Jake and Tanner show. We're going to be starting Beer Friday today because tomorrow we're taking a vacation day.
Yep.
So Tanner and myself will be out. We usually do Beer Friday with Corks and Caps on Friday, but we're going to be doing Beer Friday on Thursday, and we're going to let you know.
And it's not even going to be Beer Friday.
No.
It's Bourbon Friday.
Yep. And it'll be Hungover Friday.
Yeah.
Bourbon Thursday, Hungover Friday from
Yep.
Corks and Caps. Jake and Tanner show, Kiss FM. I don't want to go down this route at all, but I do want to touch on it just for a second because I'm really confused on why this person is
Upset?
upset.
Like very upset.
And I want to. So what happened is
Pouring myself a drink.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. Pour me
'Cause
one
it's 8
too.
o'clock.
I got some ice in there.
This is actually Corks and Caps. It's a single barrel of select bourbon. Corks and Caps actually bought a barrel, sent it to this Knob Creek, and they made this especially for them. This came with a note on it, said you might want to water this down and drink it. It is 120 proof. So Jake and I, because what's our motto?
YOLO!
YOLO and Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Right, no
We are going to drink
PABs up
this
in here.
on the rocks.
All right.
Just a little bit.
Jesse James did it, so if the murderer can do it, we can do it too.
I've always wanted to do this.
What?
Drink something on the rocks.
Oh yeah,
I've never done it.
It's sophistication, baby. It's fancy like this is fancy like man. This is fancy like Olive Garden, not Applebee's.
Yeah.
All right, so back to this text really quick while we sip on this.
Yeah.
So
It's a sip and drink,
it
right?
is.
I'm not supposed to shoot this?
Right, I don't think so.
Not out of the bottle?
You can snort. I've heard snorting. It
That
burn,
feels like that might burn.
but you can't butt chug it.
Don't, because you know that Mama didn't raise no bitch. And that's the perfect size.
So, a minute ago, when we were getting through the whole Packers, oh, dude, I came to a realization too why I may take this crazy hard stance about sports and football on the radio. I mean, because I don't take this stance like in Sheik's garage, or I'm not, but on the radio I'll do this. And I think it may have come down to every radio station I've ever been at has always said, I don't care if you don't like sports, you fake it and you like the team and you support the team. Well, now that we're getting paid for more of our personality, it's more I get to say how I feel. So I've been forced so much to talk about sports that I think now that I don't have to,
Yeah.
I'm way over the top with it. Could be. Is that strong stuff?
Smooth.
It is.
I just touched it with my tongue. And I am hammered.
So there was a text. So there was a text recently that came in that said, Joe, like, hey, Jake, how does your husband feel about you not liking sports or whatever? And it was like being a gay joke or whatever.
Yeah.
It
was him being like, ha, you must be a woman, or you're gay if you don't like sports.
And we said something as in, well, man, it's so weird to do that now in 2021 because it's fine. It's okay. Like, that's a weird thing to say. And then Tanner said, well, and how do you know that I can't remember what you said. We got to the thing where it's like, we don't want to try it with a guy because we may really like it.
Yeah.
Well, then this guy comes out, which I think it's a guy. I'm not sure.
I would believe so. And they said that you were being a straight savior.
Yeah.
But we don't need a straight savior. Educate yourself. You're being offensive.
And then I'm thinking, is it? And I'm going to call him here in a second because I'm really interested in why this person is arguing and fighting so much, because I really would like to know. Do you think it's because, did it sound like two straight men are saying, hey, it's okay to be gay?
Yeah.
Because that is not what we were saying. And if that came across like that, completely apologize.
Yeah, we weren't saying, like, let us give you permission because it shouldn't matter. And I find it weird that anybody cares about who anybody has sex with.
Yeah, I don't care.
Nobody cares. I don't care. When people are like, I hope my son doesn't be like, why does that matter? Why does that even matter a little bit? I don't want to know.
We just can't talk about it, I guess. Anything. And and then he said something, you're trying to, and I don't want to say this word because it's so bad. Baiting low.
It's cool. Yeah, and I don't think it's a slur anymore. The LGBTQ, the Q stands for queer.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I knew that, but okay, so that's not.
I don't.
For some reason, I thought it was still.
I don't believe it's a slur. If it is, I am very sorry. I don't believe it is.
And I just want to get this point. I don't want it. Why is he so mad, though?
Yeah.
Let me try this bourbon. Oh, God, I saw your face, and you drink this stuff, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Corks. Oh, jeez, it smells strong. Oh, ooh.
Yeah, keep going. It sits there forever.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah. It's 120 proof.
That's fun.
Yeah.
To continue in English, press 1. Para escuchar.
Maybe this is him. Hi, who's this?
Kyle on delay.
Oh, what's up, man?
Now, after that last break of you calling sports fans fat and stupid,
No.
I've just got some questions about tonight. You're giving away tickets to next year's JTX, right?
Yeah, well, listen, that was completely taken out of context.
Well, I'm just wondering if that includes the airfare and hotel stay for Vermont when you guys are there next year.
Now, stop.
Listen.
Stop.
It won't actually cover those things. You'll have to find
that's
your own
bad.
way.
Everybody has taken that
Darn it.
way out of
We
context.
will rent you a car.
And I do want to go to Vermont. So
No.
don't tease me like that, Kyle.
Yeah.
I love you, and we weren't talking about you. Love you, man. Oh, yeah. Did that bitch hang up on me?
Yeah, he hung up on
Did
you.
Oh, Homie, don't play that.
It's so crazy. This person said it. They're like,
Houston. Oh, go ahead.
marginalized people that can't accept an ally are just super stupid. Like, there's so much hate. There's so much hate in people that don't accept everybody's lifestyle just because it's not one that they know of. And Jake and I have made it very clear. We don't care. Love who you want. Make love to who you want. We like gooping. Gooping is good for everybody.
Love me some goop. Goop, goop.
And so to be like, you guys aren't actually on our side. What are you trying to do? Like, do you want more people to hate you?
Well,
Like,
that's
people
weird.
hate
Like, I'm
for
not.
No reason.
I wonder if they're thinking, like, I'm trying to get in their head. I'm wondering if they're thinking that we say stuff like that so people that are gay or whatever are like, oh, yeah, now we like them, and we're doing that on purpose to try to get some kind of weird ratings or...
Yeah, don't.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
We've never cared about ratings.
And, of
Not
course,
even
you can
once.
tell that in our ratings.
Yeah.
What's the dude's number again? I completely lost it.
Oh, yeah, it's gone. Somebody said at gaycenter.org, LGBTQ stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer/questioning.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Let me just try calling him one more time.
Why they come back.
No.
They're crazy. Like, that's a level of like, oh, I'm mad at you guys. Why? It's weird.
Dude, corks and caps.
Dude, this
screwing
bourbon
around
is
today.
this bourbon is good. I'll give it that. It has a good flavor. I feel like if my heat went out, I could stay warm with this for the entire winter.
Life.
Bears
Bears use that. Did you know that? Bears use that when they hibernate. They don't use blankets like a lot of people think. They use...
it's 10 years old.
Well, yeah, it is. I didn't know that.
Why did you say, yeah, it is?
I don't know. I really want this guy to answer.
It was
or girl, I
barreled.
don't...
This was barreled on November 15th, 2011.
The year of our Lord.
Yeah, year of our Lord, 2011.
Why you got to take Jesus out of everything?
Keep Christ in Christmas. Those are the people that are weird. The ones that get offended by saying happy holidays. Somebody said happy holiday to
Check
me.
this out. You guys tried doing a wedding in Mexico for gay guys. Like, why do people think you're doing it for ratings?
We literally had a wedding all set up for Michael and Nathan. And I was so excited to marry those two. Jake was basically forcing them to do it, but it was still fun.
Yeah, they got real worried. My favorite thing in the world is when Jim on Demand said, I was kind of forgetting his name. He hasn't called.
Yeah.
So he doesn't call like he used to. is when he was up there dancing with Marissa, and he's like, "I'm sweating. I got the meat sweats." Just because he did like 8 shots. He played that game against Darren.
Yeah, it was a drinker shot, and if you didn't know the song, you had to take a shot. Well, 9 out of the 10 songs, neither of them knew. So it was just like shot, 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 shot. And then, he was all sweaty and dry.
Right.
It was a lot of fun.
That call, by the way, if you're still listening and you were kind of arguing on the text line, maybe this is you. Hi, who's this?
There.
Hey,
What's up?
Hi, how's it going, Jake and Brenner? Big fan of the show. Out of this is not to do with anything going on today.
Sure.
This is actually what happened yesterday.
Fine. Cool.
This is Eddie.
What's up, Ed? You sound so
I'm
familiar.
trying to find out.
Eddie.
I'm trying to find out if I'm the Eddie you were talking about yesterday.
We were talking about an Eddie yesterday?
I don't know if we've ever talked about an Eddie before. Eddie, what
You
have you
mentioned
done?
Eddie about the gym thing.
Oh, you mean the rings? You're talking about like gymnastics and gym we were doing?
Yeah, but you were talking about how it affected kids and stuff, and you said something about there's this. I remember this one guy Eddie, and I hope he's living okay after all of the things that you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
I have almost no recollection of what you're talking about.
Do you remember that I was saying I hope because he got like picked on and bullied in school, and I'm like I hope that guy's living a great life because
Eddie who?
The dude in the thing in the
Eddie
shower that happened or whatever, then Jim and that guy. I've told the story like a few times on the radio.
With the
yeah. So I didn't know if it was. My name's Eddie Murphy, actually.
Yeah, but you didn't go to my school, did you?
Hold on, Jake.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
There's a famous actor / comedian named Eddie Murphy. I think this might be a bit.
Or is this actually Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy, I loved you in Raw. Are you still drinking this bourbon, huh?
Yeah, no, actually, I'm the third. There's 81 Eddie Murphys in the state of Wisconsin. So.
Wait, did you actually have a tough time in school?
Yeah, I went through the same thing. I actually went to school in Waiwega, Wisconsin.
And you got picked on or whatever?
For having...
I was hazed on a daily basis, yeah.
What for?
And it led to... just because the way my parents lived and, just because of who I was.
Because kids are the worst?
Because kids are bad people?
You have no idea.
How did you end up...
We have children.
How did you end up... Dude, but I'm telling you what, if I found out my kid was bullying another kid, I would try figuring that out as hard as I can. I think parents don't... I think the parents that allowed the kids to bully are parents that are not doing it right at home.
The parent that says that'll grow character, you're raising somebody that's going to beat their significant other. I'm sorry.
So did you end up getting you living a good life after all of the bullying? I'm sure it sticks with you. I'm sure it affected you throughout your life, and probably there are certain aspects of your life that is affected because of it.
Oh, yeah, it got pretty bad. I mean, like, the school was in on it. A lot of the teachers were. We ended up getting kicked out of the town in Fremont where we lived and stuff, and they ended up evicting us, condemning our house, and then they bulldozed it.
What?
And that led to about 3 times I tried to take my life and about 20 years of therapy.
So did you grow... So what was the... Were you not great in school with... was there just a ton of different reasons? I mean, why would they would they bulldoze your house?
Were you...
Because the... Go ahead.
What, was this like a hoarder situation?
My parents did kind of live like hoarders or whatnot, and we kids had to suffer for it. But,
did you was going to school just absolute? Did you hate it? Was it hell every day going?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I eventually dropped out my sophomore year.
Did you ever get your GED? What are you doing now?
Right now I'm off of work for a work-related injury. I got 2 torn rotator cuffs and stuff, so I'm just that got tonight for 3 months. Yeah.
Eddie, are you happy now?
The only reason why I'm happy is because of the person that I am with now. Supported me through all this, helped me get through it, and kind of made me a better person.
Damn, Eddie, I really wanted you to say our show. Do you keep up? Do you keep up on the people who used to bully you? Like, do you keep up with them on Facebook?
No, oh hell no, no. They all basically either ended up in jail or prison, or
right.
dead from drugs.
That sucks.
You got
I'm
the
sorry.
last laugh.
Sorry you went through that because that's tough, man. That's got to be tough.
So, Eddie, as somebody who's gone through horrible amounts of bullying and stuff like that, if you could go back to yourself, or if a kid that's going through that is listening, what would you say, like, to them? Because you said you tried to take your life a few times, and obviously a lot of people think about that, but what would you say, any kind of advice you would give?
Give to somebody in my situation?
Yeah, that was in your situation. Get bullied every day, just in a bad situation, in a bad place.
Well, I mean, besides for the fact that I didn't have any friends, it would be kind of hard to latch onto somebody to try to get through those years of the hazing and everything else. My best opinion would be to move. I would just move, try to move to somewhere where you could be accepted for who you are and not the way people look at you.
It's crazy too. Like, I mean, that stuff that you get bullied for in school stays with you so long after school. Even though you're supposed to be over it, you're an adult now, but those are all wounds that are really tough to heal.
And also,
because those are forming. Sorry, but your mind is forming at that time.
And also, bullies don't stop at your last day of senior year. There are bullies literally throughout your entire life. Yeah, it sucks.
Pretty much, and I mean, I'm the same age as Jake, so I mean, that's a long time to be carrying that around.
Whoa, hey, whoa! There's no reason to bring age to this, Eddie, right now. Okay, all right. Thanks, Eddie. We appreciate it. Thank you for listening.
Yep. Have a good day, guys.
Take care, man. Yeah, I wasn't like bullied in school. I didn't partake in what a lot of people were doing, especially making fun of the kids that everybody else were making fun of. I don't know, man. I was never into that, and I've said that before. And then, no.
You were too busy getting
cool
high.
Kid. Yeah, whatever. It wasn't
skipping class.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right if you're not the cool kid. One day you'll grow up and meet another guy that thinks he's cool, and then you guys will do a radio show that you think is good.
I should be offended. I feel like that was an unwarranted shot.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Dude, we got to get to some things probably next.
We got to get to commercials. That's for damn sure. Right.
So that Brian Laundrie that with the Gabby Petito case, found out, she ended up getting murdered. And they still they don't know if he did it, but they're pretty sure. I don't know, whatever. They found him dead.
Yeah.
In the reserve in Florida, and they found a notebook. I don't think they've really said what was in the notebook, but they did end up saying that, he was dead for a while. That he went over, when he left, he offed himself like the day that he went out there, and then the water raised and they couldn't find him or whatever. But like you said, you were like, that guy's way dead.
Yeah.
But
I figured he was dead from the beginning when people were like, I can't find I think we're high. He's dead. That guy was 23 years old. There's no way he could hide from an entire country.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, and I was having fun with all of the conspiracy theories
and stuff like that.
But yeah, like how have we not? In the dog? The dog looks under everything to find someone.
The dog would have found him.
So, but you won't believe on Facebook how many people still believe that he's alive and his parents have covered it up.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. They are
crazy.
They are like, people need something to do. They need some kind of story. I think what's happened is we've been spoiled with so many crazy stories in TV that it's getting better and better and better, that when your favorite show is done or when something's done, you need something I need to grasp onto something.
Could be. Hey, can I ask, it's a Jake and Tanner show, by the way, KISS FM. We're going to be at Lionsdale today, 3 to 6, and hanging out there and partying, and we're going to have the Jake and Tanner beer out there. We're giving away JTX tickets for 2022. You could win. And we pulled together, and we took some of the Jake and Tanner show money, and the first 50 people buy a drink, the first 50 people to buy the drink, J&T are going to buy your second one.
Yep.
So that's cool.
We brought in a lot of cans.
Yeah.
All of the cans. And that's our drink fund.
So, can anybody that's educated on this, or anybody that's done this type of diet, I would love to hear from them.
Okay.
And it's called the carnivore diet. Okay.
All meat.
It's basically all meat. And I'm going to play some audio. I know that it seems like I got the biggest crush on this Jordan Peterson, but he was talking about it.
What does this guy talk about?
Everything.
Oh, okay.
He's a psychologist, very, very, very intelligent, but he's going to tell his story on this. But one of the things that he says in it is his moods. He was able to regulate his moods since he started this carnivore diet. And by the way, he's saying that he is not a dietitian. He is not saying to do this. He's saying what works with him and his daughter, because his daughter has major arthritis, and she ended up doing this carnivore, and it takes away. We'll listen to him. But you know how yesterday I came in and I was kind of in a bad mood. There's days where I'm trying to put my thumb on it. I'll talk to you, and I'm like, why is it some days I feel like we can get things out of everything? Any story that we talk about, I feel like I'm really partaking in it. It's very easy. Everything comes easy, and I'm talking to people all over the place. It's really fun. And then there's days where it's stories that are so hard to grasp on. I don't want to really talk. I'm in one of those weird, sluggish, stupid moods, and it's just my moods seem to be different every single day. And I would talk to Colton about it, and I'm trying to figure out, how can I get that mood? Like today, I'm in a pretty good mood. So what do I do to get this again? Because there's days where we'll prep with stories, and I'm like, oh man, these stories are going to be great tomorrow. And then we get there, and it's like, these are stupid.
Yeah, and you've said before, you get enough sleep. Like it's not you said it yesterday. I think you're like, it's not the sleep, because I know I got enough sleep.
Right. So, and then when he said about this carnivore diet and it changed his moods were regulated, I'm like, this might be something that I'm interested in, and I wanted to know not so much about losing the weight, not so much about gaining muscle, as much as can it help with that. And it's amazing that what you put in your body can affect it so much. I've never really given this too much thought. I know that if you eat something, you can be sluggish. I understood that, but I never really thought about moods.
Like mentally.
Yeah, right? So anyway, his daughter is older now, Jordan Peterson. Again, he's the guy. You're going to hear his voice, and you might say, oh, yeah, he pops up on my TikTok every once in a while. He's that guy. He was talking about his daughter going on this diet, And it completely changed her. You know, it took a little while to do this, but she suggested for him to do it because he has kind of the same problems, just not arthritis.
So when you're saying meat, are you saying like raw meat?
No, this isn't the raw meat diet.
Okay, this is just only meat.
Meat and greens, I think. But eventually, at the end, I think he talks about how he cut out greens.
Hell yeah.
And and
this is how my 5-year-old eats.
Yeah, the guy. So
she's on a carnivore diet. Can I just eat the burger?
He's on a candy. Yeah. Joe's like telling him too, the Joe Rogan, because this is where I was listening to it. Joe's like, you got what do you drink? And he's like, well, I drink, water. But I mean club soda. And he's like, man, it's the same as water. And then Joe repeats like, no. He's like, no. Because I'll tell you, and he lists off like 5 different things with different bubblies, and he's like, when you're on a diet like this, that matters, like how much carbonation you want in your mouth. So like those little bitty things, you know what I mean? He was trying to be funny, but I guess to me it was only funny because you got a blank face on you. You could have fake laughed. Just kidding.
At Joe Rogan's joke?
No, maybe I said it confusing. I was talking about Peterson.
But I don't like
Peterson.
I don't like water. I don't like that it's carbonated water.
That's true.
So,
so let's cheers to this. Let's listen to him talk about this carnivore diet and all of the ailments that is health.
Okay.
Then we're going to play a game.
Okay.
We'll play a game probably in the next segment, but here, listen to this.
He's foreign, right?
I don't think so.
Then does he just have I want him to
get
that phlegm out, man. Swallow it or
I love
something.
that phlegm.
What's in there?
Phlegm.
It's just it's part of his charm.
Yeah.
I'll keep it right back in there. Rookie numbers. Wait, that's a thing?
Oh, yeah.
You can get rid of eye floaters?
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, floaters are a thing. And apparently, this is what he's saying now. He says it 2 or 3 times.
So he's saying meat is magic.
He says, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you what worked in my life, what I'm doing.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear
that it's magic.
This is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Only eat meat, and you will become as rich as Jordan Peterson.
You'll become invincible.
You will become invincible, and you'll probably never die. That's too much time.
What's that?
That's too much time to say that it took me a year and a half to clear up what? Diarrhea?
Well, no, he was saying his mood swings, and because he's trying to figure out exactly what foods you can put in your body, and this has become really interesting to me.
Yeah,
and I think, what is the test called? Can you take like a blood test to see what you're kind of allergic to and what your body reacts to? What is that called?
I don't know. My wife was going to do it, and
it's kind of expensive, right?
It's a couple $100.
And I really want to do it.
And from what I heard is pretty much people are going to, they're like, you don't process like carbs. Like
is it all mumbo jumbo you're saying?
I think so.
So you're saying they look at their test and they're just going to say whatever.
Like carbs. Like if you want to lose weight, you should cut out carbs and eat cleaner food. And like that's
I guess I'm not looking at the losing the weight as much as what doesn't my body good at? Like what shouldn't I have? What makes me feel sluggish? What gives me these moods that I get into?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the blood thing does that. Maybe.
That's what I don't know.
I've never done it.
Yeah,
I mean, I used to do it at my house.
Oh, you did, but you're not certified.
Give me some blood.
Yeah. But you didn't use it for that.
Yeah.
No, you just keep it for.
I'd rub it on my skin.
Yeah, there's no kink shaming here, man. So let's continue on with this guy. Michaela's his daughter, by the way.
So, wait! Can I just eat meat? That can't be good for you.
That's what I said. Now, again, he's saying he is not recommending this, but he did say he
You
eats.
just spent 20 hours on it. So saying don't do this is like me showing you how to make a bomb
Joe
and then
asked
saying...
him. Joe asked him. Said, "What are you doing? There's something. Are you doing?"
Oh, wait, is this on Joe Rogan's podcast?
Yeah, this is an interview. He's not up on the stage like talking about this.
Okay.
So, but yes, he says he eats meat and salt and hot water. Like that. This is
Hot
what.
water?
Well, for like coffee and stuff.
Oh.
This is what he's saying. Like this is all that he does. So like this is what I had the same thought with you. Okay, so you're taking away everything and you only eat meat. That can't be
your
healthy,
cholesterol's
right?
got to be through the roof. But you can't just have like big fatty steaks. Like you still got to cook it right. Like,
But there's no vegetables, there's no fruits. I mean, I guess you're taking supplements for that stuff.
for the D. No, yeah, for the vitamin D.
For the big vitamin D?
For that, all that D and E. Maybe.
If anybody's listening that knows about this diet,
But
it's
then
called
what's
the
the point?
carnivore diet. I just want to know, like, does it?
So if you're taking supplements to get those things in
Yeah,
your
so
system,
maybe
what is
maybe
the point? Is
yeah.
it just the digestive health?
Okay, well then maybe you don't do all of that. I was just saying, like, because in my head it doesn't work because I've been
You need
brainwashed
those
with
things.
the food pyramid, which I think is whack.
That's been proven to not be true.
Right.
The food.
Why they even do it?
It was marketing to children.
So annoying.
It was, I think, the bread company. Literally, I think a bread company was like, this is what it is. That's why bread is the biggest thing on there.
We need to be canceling bread.
No, I love bread.
I do too.
You love bread.
I hate it.
So
that
wait
I
a
love
minute.
it. So I don't know, man. Like
so
this.
chicken and beef. That's all I get to eat.
Well, I'll
try it for 3 months.
Here, let me. I have something.
Yeah, I can't afford that. Just
Well,
when
you
he
can do,
says
like,
chicken,
turkey,
is
right?
it nuggets?
Okay, it says this.
Yeah, but what do I gotta
Unlike-
eat that's hot?
Unlike keto, which limits carbs to a certain number per day, carnivore diet aims for zero carbs per day. You eat only meat, fish, eggs, and some animal products. You exclude all other food groups, including vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, and seeds.
Dairies.
And
right?
again, I'm not looking so much for diet as much as I'm looking for, I mean, will that make me not tired in the morning? Will that make me not like get in these sometimes bad moods?
But does some of that...
Because I'm backpacking all my...
But does some of that come... Well, yeah, I'll tell you this, Jake. He's a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to handle emotions a lot better than you do.
Probably.
He's literally his career in life is that.
But he's saying he's had the same stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
been super depressed. And
That is true. But he's taking pills.
he doesn't anymore.
Do
he
you
doesn't
think,
anymore. For the last year, he hasn't since he switched.
So do you think that some of these benefits, though, are weight related? Do you think losing, 20 pounds in a matter of 2 months is going to make it so you're less sluggish in the morning?
Yeah, maybe. So
Well, I'm asking you,
Oh.
like, do you think that could be part of it? Like, if
yeah,
you
definitely.
and the anxiety of knowing that you're losing weight and you get to see this, like that
Put you in
probably
a better
helps.
mood.
It's going to put you in a better mood. What about the love
But I
making?
do know that the type of food you put in your mouth is going to affect you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then when I was doing a little research on it, it does. It affects moods.
yeah,
So crazy. That's just
yeah, because whatever food you put into your body is what you're going to turn into energy, and if you're not giving your brain the proper energy source to run properly, then it's not going to run properly. It's going to give you your anxiety, your sluggishness, and it's not going to fuel your muscles the way that it needs to.
I think I want to try it.
So I would need to look at a full. I can't start now.
Somebody said, yeah, that'd be a terrible time. My ex's dad used to do the carnivore diet every year and would lose 25 to 30 pounds each year in it. For him, it was for weight loss, but his attitude was noticeably more tolerable.
I love that phrase. Noticeably more tolerable.
Well, I would just like, for me, I'd like more energy, less anxiety. The mood. What word did he use? Started with an R. Whatever. The moods, not mood swings. That sounds bad. But again, some days I love radio and I'm all for it, and there's some days like I don't want to talk and I have no confidence, and I just wish I could balance all that out. And if that could be done with the food that I put into my body, because I feel like I can be disciplined enough for me to do that if I need to or want to. So I don't know. I might go down that route to try it.
This
does it say is dangerous as all get out?
It can't. This and the following of the carnivore diet for a long time can lead to health issues because you're not getting the nutrients, carbs, fibers, and electrolytes that you need.
Dude, you got to be bound up like crazy
to run your body. Is carnivore good long term?
Because of like I'm sure you have a hard time pooping.
Oh yeah,
there's probably no fiber in that. And then he went on to say, I didn't play this part or I didn't get the audio, but he went on to say after, if he would step off of the carnivore diet for a second, it messed him up like crazy for like a couple weeks, 2 weeks to a month, that it was nasty. You know how it is, like if you have a free day and then you eat and you're like, oh, why did I eat that chocolate cake? It's like so sluggish.
It's just immediate diarrhea.
Hi, who's this?
Steve.
What's up, Steve?
What do you know?
You're talking about the carnivore diet?
Yeah, did you ever do it?
I did, for 18 months.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you about the weight you lost, but for me, most importantly, did it change your mood at all?
It did. I went down about 135 pounds.
Wow!
In a year?
In 18 months.
So a year and a half. What was your day? What was your meal like for you?
Average was about 6 eggs in the morning and 8 or 9 sausage links.
Dope.
So
already.
Sign me up.
Already dope. Is that all yolk or is that like 6 eggs, 2 yolk?
6 eggs. Just
nice.
Crack them open and make an omelet out of them.
Can you talk to me about did you feel more energized?
I did, especially early in the morning. So I cut back on coffee as well and drank more water.
Did your moods were you in better moods throughout the day?
I was, because I was going to the gym early in the morning, and I'd go from 4 to 5:30 and then go into work. And that was before the pandemic hit.
Did it now that you're off of it, which I believe you're off of it because you said you only did it for so long, but was it hard for your body to come back to fruits and veggies and all that?
Not really, because I've never been a big fruit and vegetable eater.
Okay.
That's
so it wasn't huge.
Yeah. What were your poops like, though?
It is dangerous, though.
That's what I'm wondering, because you're just depleting your body of everything.
It is dangerous. So what is the danger you're talking about?
Scurvy is a big one. Vitamin C.
Scurvy? You mean like what pirates get? You mean what pirates on ships get?
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Like, God, I love this.
You have to take a supplement. Yep.
Scurvy.
Yep. Scurvy's a big one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but now back to the Browns. Describe those Browns. They had to smell the worst, and also have been tough.
They can be, and it can be tough, and they were.
Ryan.
However,
Ryan?
we are designed to eat more meat than we are vegetables.
So I'm talking about Steve. So Steve, was it to keep on it for a year and a half? It seems like it would be easy just because it's just meat and all that, but was it difficult?
It was sometimes, because you want to go out with people and you want to have a burger with them or fries, and you can't have soda, and you can't have this, and you can't have that. So it's a lot of your social.
See, I'm so
things are done.
interested in doing it, but I want to keep vitamin C. I'm worried about pirates coming to get me.
Yeah.
So but I mean, can
vitamins are the option to take to prevent scurvy.
Wait,
Like
wait.
a want it.
Take vitamins.
Listen
I'm
to
just saying, did you get scurvy? Steve, did you get scurvy?
I did not.
Steve,
There
are
was
you
one of the
allowed
concerns my
to?
doctor had.
Are you allowed to take vitamins while you're on this?
Yes.
Oh, you are.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
You are. They're actually recommended by naturopaths to take when you're on there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could balance. If you're going to be taking your vitamins, I feel like it could be pretty balanced out.
It can be, but it's also hard on your liver. That's
Jesus.
what purifies your blood, and too much protein can actually cause you to have the similar issues as alcoholics have, and it's cirrhosis of the liver.
Holy
Damn, man,
cats, man.
that's a double-edged sword for you.
Why?
All right, nothing.
I feel like that was rude. You're lucky I'm drunk right now.
If I wasn't drinking, I'd be mad. So
And that's the last thing. You can't have liquor.
and I'm out as Jake takes a swig from the strongest whiskey I've ever had in my entire life.
See, I'm really interested because I feel like it could make my skin glow, and I think I could balance out my moods and stuff. But I like liver. I like my liver, and and I don't
Dude, you
want
can get it
scurvy.
from liver. You
So
have
it's
kids.
just it seems I'm so interested, but it seems dangerous.
I got you.
It's good for short-term periods. If you want to lose weight and put on, and bulk up, it's good for short-term, 6 months, a year, but you can't live on it your entire life.
I wonder if you just do it every so often, like once every couple years, get back. I don't know. Now I feel
Sounds like you're just high on blood protein. It's high because your liver's dying and you're getting like some dopamine from that. That's why your moods are up.
That could be.
But your insides are turning into a meat mush.
Thanks for trying to save our lives. We
Hey,
appreciate
bye,
it.
No
Steve.
problem. Have a good
Scurvy.
Dude, that's just such a. I get that that's a real disease, but it's just so weird to say, Jake's in the hospital. Why? He's got scurvy. And be like, I'm sorry, what was he looking for? A treasure? Why
No, he
is
was
he
a pirate?
What do you even get scurvy from? Was his hook rusty?
Dude, I'm really still interested in it.
Do it.
Don't tell me what.
Do it. Do it. Do it, bitch.
Hey, we
Bitch
gotta
won't.
go. We got to play a game next. We really
We got
do.
like 3 games we have to play next.
Okay. Well, that's crazy. Hey, well, we want to give away these Ludacris tickets. Welcome to the Oshkosh Arena Saturday, December 4th. Tickets are on sale right now at OshkoshArena.com, but we're going to be giving them away next. Hey, and whether you're a first-time home buyer or you're looking for an investment property or your dream home, Kelly Davies Homes team and Landro Realty, they take great care of walking you, all the buyers throughout the entire home buying journey.
Yeah, super helpful, super energetic. And there's 10 of them. So they always have somebody available to show you a home if you're like, it's Sunday. Who can show me? And be like, well, that's Ricky. Ricky will show you a home.
They're great. They're great. And if you're thinking about selling a home, they got 2 professional interior designers that work closely to offer the sellers the best advice in furniture placement, decorating, staging, when you need to do this.
And what about the home buyers? Or what about the premium agent status on the Zillow and other major home buying sites?
Well, let me say that. They have that, but I want to say there's no additional cost to those.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's all free. And their homes sell about 17% more money and faster than the average agent's listing as a result of that service that they offer for free.
Jake, does Kelly Davies want you lying like that?
No, that's true. I'm reading it. It's
that's
verbatim.
a real thing.
That's a real thing.
You
I said it was real.
I know, but that when I get excited, I slap.
All right. Kelly Davies Home Team, you can find her on Facebook. It's the Jake and Tanner Show. Yep.
Huh.
Oh. All right. Yep.
What?
Okay. So, man, I'm like, does anybody know the test that I'm talking about? The
The
where
blood test.
with the blood test that you
Right.
can see like what bad like foods you should avoid. Is that all mumbo jumbo? Does that not work? Because I think that's really interesting to see. Oh, you shouldn't have this because your body will react to it this way.
I can get you a place. I'm being legit now. My sister works at my sister and my wife were going to do it, and they work at a place where everybody did it. And they said it's really
What
the people
what
who
is the
did
test?
it. I have
called?
no idea. They take your blood.
Well, I wonder if we could just get that. I don't want to pay for it. I wonder if we could get it sponsored by
Damn right.
somebody
we should
that
never
does
had
that.
to pay for that.
Yeah, because this could be something that's really interesting to me. But I'm just wondering if it's all mumbo jumbo, like you were, not just because you said it. I kind of feel that way too a little bit. Like,
Yeah. It might be. I don't know. I just heard that it's like, yeah, they just tell you basically you have a hard time processing dairy and wheat and carbs, but everybody does. But also you might know something, like, I don't know, when Cutter found out that he has that celiac disease, he's very open about it. I feel like I can say it, but
What is that?
He cannot have gluten. Like, it's dangerous for him. Like, gluten-free usually means like upper middle class, but he has the disease where he can't have gluten.
somebody
Like,
said,
cannot.
Lindsay said, well, Lindsay, I can't take anything.
You can't take anything
Sorry,
from
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Lindsay. Can somebody call that's not Linz or text? Not saying we don't love you, Linz.
But you also believe in psychics.
Yeah,
like
right. So does it? Somebody that that's done
Doesn't-
it that doesn't have tinfoil hats at home.
doesn't look at a crystal ball. Lindsay, we love you.
You know we only pick on
but
people
you
that we
know
like.
you're bonkers.
Yeah, she knows that. Let me give you a compliment, Lindsay. You came up on my TikTok, and I was like, "Who's this pretty mama?" And then I was like, "Oh, that's Lindsay," and I felt like it was like my sister. I'm like, "Ah, why'd I say that?" You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I felt like I can't say that, but
And then
right. No, I was driving.
have you ever-
I have.
Yeah,
wait,
who
wait,
hasn't?
really quick before we get into some. If anybody's know that test I'm talking about, please let me know what the test is called, and if you've done it, is it all mumbo jumbo? I'm really interested in that. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say her dog is ugly, but we gotta
Oh my
take from Jake and Hair.
dear God. Well, oh crap. Okay, this is going to be the fastest take
out.
from Jake and Tanner you've ever heard. All right, 866-916-0959. What do we got? Is it 180? 180 bucks. I will not be explaining the rules because we got to get going. Thank you, Prospera Credit Union, with Life Stage personal guidance through all your life stages. They help you connect the dots on your financial journey. If you want to play for 180 bucks, let's go right now. 866-916-0959. Would love to hear from you. 5 simple questions. And by the way, if you've won in the last 30 days, you can't win again. Hi, who's this?
Alyssa,
Alyssa, you haven't won in the last 30 days, have you?
I have not.
All right, Alyssa, your time with Take from Jake and Tanner begins at 3, 2, 1. What children's toy started out as wallpaper cleaner?
Silly Buddy.
What was the last name of civil rights activist Malcolm X?
Nelson.
What late 1970s hit contains the following line, "Ooh, you make my motor run, my motor run"?
Mustang Sally.
Who is widely credited for sewing the first American flag?
Oh my God. What is her name? Oh my God. Betsy Ross.
For what mysterious figure who hijacked a plane and disappeared is the latch on the inside of some Boeing passenger jet doors named after?
Amelia Earhart?
Time. All right, I'm going to put you on hold. Tanner, please get back into the room. We're going to grade these all together. Stand by, Alyssa. Here we go. Tanner, your time with Take from Jake and Tanner, $180 edition. We get to 3, 2, 1. What children's toy started out as a wallpaper cleaner?
Silly Putty.
What was the last name of the civil rights activist Malcolm X?
Xavier.
What late 1970s hit contains the following line? Ooh, you make my motor run, my motor run.
I don't know.
Who is widely credited for sewing the first American flag?
I don't know.
For what mysterious figure who hijacked a plane and disappeared is the latch on the inside of some Boeing passenger jet doors named after?
I don't know.
Time. All right, hi Alyssa, you ready to go through these? Let's see if you're getting $180 today, if it's going to be $200 Monday. What children's toy started out as wallpaper cleaner? You both said silly putty. Wrong. Play-Doh. Very close.
Same thing.
Very close. What was the last name of the civil rights activist Malcolm X? Alyssa said Nelson. Tanner said Xavier. Little. Malcolm Little. 0-0. What late 1970s hit contains the following line? Ooh, you make my motor run, my motor run. It's My Sharona. You both got that wrong. Who is widely credited for sewing the first American flag? She said Betsy Ross. Tanner said, I don't know. Betsy Ross is correct. And for what mysterious figure who hijacked a plane and disappeared in the latch on the inside of some Boeing passenger jet doors named after? That was D.B. Cooper that you both got wrong. Hey, Alyssa!
Hey, I should have known.
$180 today, Alyssa.
I should have known that, Betsy Ross.
Stand by. We're going to get all your information. You are listening to the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning.